Yeah, I'm not muted anymore. Sorry, fellas. As customary, I always like to fuck something up right out of the gate, which I made myself mute. So there you go. You can join the chat whenever you want. We have 17 viewers. I can't believe it. I'm going to try to watch the chat too, but I don't know how to do that either. So I'm going to be working on that simultaneously while I'm doing this. Let's see if I can do that. I see the chat now. I want to be able to watch the Hangout at the same time. Well, let's see. Man, this technology is not good. I'm not to say to hell with it, probably. 20 viewers in here. What I was saying is I'm real thankful that, for those of you who don't know, John Israel's son had an accident at their pool, fell into the pool, and they didn't find him for a couple minutes, and they had to rush into the hospital. John actually had to give him CPR, but he's doing very well and actually came back home, so that is awesome. I'm just trying to set up everything so I can see the chat and all that crap because I love the chat. Yeah, I want to bring it up again. I had it working a second ago. There we are. I love the Vangina. The Vangina was the best thing I've ever seen. Anybody wants to join up with the chat, they can. I'm actually probably going to grab my other computer and bring it out here while we're doing this. Somebody come into the chat. If y'all don't come into the chat, I'm going to go back inside and watch Blue Bloods. So come on into the chat while I go grab my computer. Oh, there goes Curtis. Curtis.
What's going on, Vangina?
Vangina.
Which video is that?
I don't know. Maybe he'll answer it in the chat wherever. He's looking at it from up above, and it says Vangina like these giant black letters. It's just great. I want him to answer that. I'm going to go grab my tablet.
Ow.
There we are. Man, we got 27 viewers. Holy crap. We got to make this work, Curtis. Got to do something interesting.
I ain't talking.
Well, that's not going to help. So what'd you do today, Curtis?
Moon pies and sweet tea.
Man. Oh, that's right. It's Saturday today.
Shit, yeah.
Well, I went to work.
Aw.
It's a sad story.
Yeah.
Poor Zack went to work.
Gotta get that money.
Yeah. Had to fit a job in. It was a long weekend.
What'd you do today?
I set a. Oh, this is good because this is the ones we were talking about before. I set a 3-ton straight air with Mortex coil, but it wasn't Ameristar because the guys didn't know their ass from their elbow.
Yeah.
With SCP.
Yeah.
It was good. It was quick. You know, 4 or 5 hours we were done and back out of there.
Cool.
Pretty easy. You can just walk up to the furnace and slide the coil out, slide a new coil in, and then you're on your way. So it's kind of nice.
Did you reuse the line set?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Reuse line set, no flushing, all my good stuff.
So you didn't flush?
No flush either. No flush. Ran beef. I did flow nitrogen, though, so that's one thing I actually listened to.
Do what now?
I do flow the nitrogen, though.
That's not good enough, Zach.
I know. I got to have some flaws.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I got to put another link up. Did you get the link that I put in the live chat?
Yeah.
All right, so that worked. Great. Something worked. I think I'll put one on the Facebook. Maybe if I can figure out how to do it.
There is a Vangina song video now. Video too.
I didn't see that.
That's what Justin Hernandez has said. I got to check that out.
Yeah, I
I
would
see
look
that
that
video
up.
tonight.
Maybe there's some way I can bring it up on the screen. I bet there is. I'll work on doing that here while we're waiting for folks to join in.
I don't have much time. I got family coming in, so.
What are you trying to say, Curtis? You're leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. It was either this or I was going to watch episodes of Blue Bloods, which I might actually do that while we're doing it. It's a really good show. Damn it! Now I got to find that HVAC community. There it is. All right. Put another link up. There it is. There's another link in the HVAC community now.
I really did enjoy the pro video the other day.
Which one was that? The Hangout?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that too. It's nice to have all the guys on there.
I like it where you can you basically talk candidly.
Yeah, that's real nice. I'll probably have another one next week sometime. We can shoot shit.
Mm-hmm.
It is always nice when we know the homeowners aren't listening. In the case of John, his boss is not listening. It sounds like he was very appreciative of his salary, so
Yeah.
which is nice. It's a really good salary. It's higher than the average here, that's for sure. But we won't mention salaries. Our customers will become antsy. Let's see. I'm going to put "get your ass" in the chat, in the video chat. Or I'm shutting this shit down. Curtis is leaving. Well, I'm going to try to find that Vangina song too. Might as well. That looks like that'll be some solid entertainment. Is that what it's called? He said it was the Vangina song. I wonder if NorCal made that video. I hope so.
She's on the phone.
Yeah, fine.
No, hold on. Hold on.
Come on, Vangina. I don't see that anywhere. The Vangina dialogues. I don't even want to know what that is. The internet's a scary place. All right, people, coming to the Hangout. If y'all don't come into the Hangout, I'm going to go inside and pop popcorn and watch TV. Curtis is here, but he's only halfway here because he's muted. Somebody come in here, preferably more than one person, so y'all can talk to each other while I eat. Come on, people. What are we going to talk about if we don't have any people in the chat? It's 9:40. I'll give y'all till 9:44, 9:45. I can bring up a video and we can watch it. Yeah, might as well. Let's see what we got. The Vangina song. It's fantastic. Bring up one. What video did I make last? Let's see. I'll put up a video of another Hangout that has people talking in it. Yeah, there's one. Let's see. Home advisor ad sitting next to my video. Appropriate. Let's see if I can bring that in here. I know there's stuff I can do on the side. Screen share. Start screen share. Here we are. Here, so you can see the video. There's our ad for the Hangout down there. But this is the last video I made. Let's see if this comes across.
Just going down memory lane here. This is a good GSC 13 I set down in 2010. And it's still going strong. There's a lot of line sets. I have a TXB line, case here, and all that good stuff. A couple years later, 2012, I was in Ohio. As you can see, there are firm believers in the maintenance program. Which is the same. Down there. Size and cover the junk. Here's my day. Goodman. 1995, the MS1 system was cracked. Air handler thing. So I got to find that.
I found it.
You see. Nasty stuff in there. Not a good idea. When you do stuff like this, I put them on a riser to prevent some of the sediment getting on the bottom. You got to clean out the inside, cover the stuff. This 2012, we did right around 2018, 19. A lot of down on the bottom. It's not taken care of. Some of the other line here.
Are those a bunch of townhomes, Zach?
They're offices.
Offices, okay.
Yeah, they look pretty rough.
Eric, did you finally win that argument last night?
I didn't realize there was an argument.
Well, we got people here.
You and that one fellow was going back and forth. I was wondering if you won that argument or not. My battery died, so I didn't get to finish refereeing.
What argument was it?
I don't know. Justin Hernandez, the three Justins were leaving a bunch of comments.
The three Justins?
Yeah, the three Justins, and I was making comments too, and then Justin Henning says, "Your name is not Justin, so you're not allowed in this doing any comments or something like that." So
That's discriminatory.
You think I ought to sue him for being racist?
That's right.
I mean, that's the way we do it now.
If somebody says something you don't like, then you sue them.
You see them. That's exactly right. This is America.
That's right. America.
Yeah, America. We don't stand for that kind of shit. Ones. Answer chat stuff at the same time.
Are those all R22s? I can never keep up with the chat.
And I'm trying to type, but I should probably just say no on air. That'd be easier. No, they're not. The Heil and the Goodman are both 410A. Of course, the old Goodman's very R22. I don't like Zack's shirt. I'm saying, well, this shit is nice.
My shirt has swear words on it, so you can sue me too.
I don't have any other shirts anymore. I want to know if there's a Vangina song. NorCal, did you write a Vangina song?
Yeah. You are right.
What up, Rob?
Who said that?
What's up? I'm at a party.
Party hard.
Well, then what in the world are you doing on this thing with these boring people?
Why are you here, man?
He's doing what everybody else does when they're in a public situation. Stares at their phone and ignores everybody else.
That's exactly right. Fucking phones are going to be the death of civilization. You ever gone to like a doctor's office? All it is like 20 people staring at their phone.
Restaurants are the same way. You get people that meet for lunch and they both just stare at their phones the whole time and never look up.
It's like a first date now. That must be weird to do now, going like a first date with somebody. I see you just tweeted about our date. I don't think I'm portly. Something
Four
like
people in one room don't talk to each other anymore. They just text one another
Yeah.
back and forth.
Who needs all that confrontation?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Adam.
Your life is scary.
Greg Fox, welcome, Greg Fox.
What's up?
Greg.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Greg. Will you please do the hangout next week? I'm leaving town.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Rock on, excellent.
I'm here to announce right now. Hey, everyone, just letting you guys know, I will be doing the hangout next week.
All right, bye, Greg.
I'm out of the Fox Den. Foxhole, sorry.
Somebody corrected you.
Curtis, what are you eating, buddy? Are you eating a donut?
Moon pies, baby.
Oh, moon pies, so good. Marshmallowy goodness.
So who worked today?
I had 3 calls.
I ran a 10-inch duct under a modular home today.
Ooh, that's a bummer. Oh man.
With a Lumaflex.
A Lumaflex.
So them damn critters can't get in there.
Oh.
So they can just eat the insulation off.
Yeah, that's fine. But they won't get the hole. They will not get inside that duct.
What is a Lumaflex?
It's
It's
with
It's like a
insulation.
it's like corrugated aluminum duct.
Is that the same stuff from the bath fans?
Yeah, it's T-fin with insulation.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to stretch it out and it would rip in half. Is that the same stuff?
Yeah, you can rip it in half, absolutely, if you're too harsh on it.
And if you crush it, it never comes back. It's done.
Yeah, we cracked it pretty well. It's a bummer.
Why didn't you just use metal?
Because I don't want to use metal, and it's easier to use a Lumaflex.
In your face, Curtis.
I mean, I'm just asking for rigidity.
Yeah, no, this stuff there's definitely no way that critters are going to get in there. And you can bend, I basically just needed two runs, and I just connected one, we shove it underneath there, and then we bend it up, make a 90, screw it in 3 places, tape it, good to go.
Is the 10-inch stuff thicker than the 3 and 4-inch stuff? I mean, how does it compare?
I think it's actually the same wall size.
Is it?
Everything, I think so.
I've never seen it that flex that big unless I'm thinking of the wrong stuff.
It'll tear pretty easily if you're not careful with it, but critters aren't going to get in there. That's the thing is.
What's the where can you get that stuff at?
Well, I ended up finding it at Thrifty Supply in our neighborhood, but there was nobody around that was carrying it. So yeah, I mean only one place around town's carrying it.
Well, I've had that spec'd on certain jobs. Like if you're running metal ductwork, they want flex to be a Lumaflex.
Right.
Well, I got my question. My question was going to be: is that stuff rated for a kitchen range? For if you've got a gas range or something, can you run a stick?
So.
Okay.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same.
It's not like B pipe. If you had to run B pipe.
No.
It's definitely not B pipe.
A kitchen range. You know.
Just do what the guy who installed the one in my house did, and just vent it in the attic and put nothing on it. I uncovered that gem the other day. I'm like, oh, I need to go get some snap lock.
Oh crap! How long you been there?
6 months. But how long has that been there is the real question.
Years.
Did it smell like grease up in the attic?
It's not too bad.
Good.
That's bad. Can't they vent the gas furnaces 80%ers with some of that corrugated aluminum crap? Don't I see them doing that? And some,
I have, but that is a joke, man. I mean, come on. I mean, that is just that's a freaking joke.
Is it the same stuff?
What's up, baby?
I don't know. I know that stuff is. I mean, it's going to be. Well, it could be. But I mean, it's.
Have you ever checked out movies and stuff? I haven't. Or dinner or anything?
I've only used Type B gas vent on stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me.
But I see it on like the videos, like the guys from like the Southwest and the West Coast. I see it a lot on their furnaces, and I don't know if it's the same stuff because that shit's kind of thin. I mean, it like breaks if you poke it. So that's what I was wondering.
It can handle more than you'd think, man. I've seen it on high pressure ductwork, and it was fine.
I wonder if I'm thinking of like a different thing because
the stuff I put in was pretty rigid, so.
It's the same stuff for fart fans. It's just bigger. I've seen 10-inch on high pressure ductwork, and it didn't blow apart. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have ductwork under a house, and like little critters are getting in there, that's good stuff to replace it with. Just put it together outside of that house, and then it comes insulated R4.2. It's only R4.2, and any new ductwork we put in out here in California has to be R8, no less than R8. So.
What you need to do if you really want it to last forever is you run it through snap lock. Get like a bigger size snap lock, and you can pull that stuff through it. And it's kind of a pain to connect everything up, but it ain't never gonna be eaten through again.
Trying to get some of these people to come into this actual chat.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. It's awful fun over there. They have a good time in their anonymity.
You need to put the link in your description though, because I had to like scroll all the way to the top to get it.
Online.
Yeah, I didn't do that again.
I think you should be able to edit it right now.
Let me see what I can do. This is new territory. Whoa. I still got videos playing in the other window.
Yeah. You want to go get something to eat?
What do you think of these?
Yeah, man, what do you want to eat?
Licorice. They're ages 1 through 4, and then when you pull them back, they go.
There you go.
It's perfect, huh?
There
and
you
they're
go.
rubbery, so
Here's
they're
a
good for the baby in the house, too.
Nice.
Nothing anyone could choke on.
You can throw it at her.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a reality show about Greg's life.
It's like super wide.
Never heard of it.
On the road with Greg as he starts his new business.
On the road with Greg.
What? What are you guys saying?
We're being very complimentary.
Okay, that's cool.
Any testo probe stories? NorCal saying, well, my phone for some reason lost the ability to connect to all 4 of my testo probes at once. It'll only connect 3, and there's about a 1.5-minute delay between the information reaching the probe and the information reaching my phone. So that's very disappointing.
That's not
No, it sucks.
Testo probes blow.
I think it's my phone. I've heard that you need like a really good device to have them work properly. So I'm getting a tablet tomorrow, and I'm gonna see if that helps it.
What phone do you have?
A piece of shit LG Stylo.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a piece of shit. But it worked fine when they first came out. It worked fine for a while, and now it's not working fine. So that's why I'm going to try a tablet. I'm going to get an iPad mini tomorrow with data plan on it, because I figure I might as well have a data plan.
All right, I should have it in the description now, I think.
Yeah, that helps. There you go. Oh, there you go. It's in the chat too, so.
Yeah, all right.
So the Green Saint asks if anybody has come across Linux XP13s with TXV issues. They had a bunch fail. Does Linux have a service bulletin on that?
I don't actually see very many Linuxes around here, so I would have to say I have no idea.
Neither. They're not really in my market.
Just a handful of Linux, and they were, I don't know if they're XP13s, they're just budget 13C.
What is that?
Issues.
Oh, I can't even get an XP13 in my market.
Which one is an XP13? Is that like one of the nicer ones, but low SEER, or is it the basic one?
I have no idea. The guy was saying about it in the chat. I don't see too many, and if it's 13 SEER, we're 14 down here now, so
yeah,
it ain't gonna be happening.
There are 2 towns here close, to where I live, and there are 2 Linux dealers within 20 minutes of one another.
Wow, are they big dealers?
Oh yeah, they're big companies. Big companies.
Fight to the death.
Yeah, they're big companies, and they're. I mean, I don't see how in the world that goes to show that Linux will whore out to anybody.
They used to make awesome equipment. It seems in recent years I haven't been impressed with what I've seen.
Well, all I've seen is a handful of them. Some residential ones and a few of those, the commercial ones that seem like they're really nice. I can't remember what they're called. I think, yeah.
Package units?
Yeah, commercial package units, and I want to say there's some kind of series, and I can't remember what the L series.
Are you all going to be nice to her?
I don't remember. But it was nice. It had a nice controller inside that told you everything that was going on. You just had to scroll through the stuff. I don't see them very often, which is a couple times every 5 years, I guess. Welcome, Dan.
Hey.
Welcome to the chat. Well, I gotta find out what these things are called.
I think the new ones are called the Prodigy or something.
Prodigy? Let's see. Linux. I hear Echo. Echo. Is that just me, or do y'all hear Echo?
Yeah, there's an echo.
Dan, I think you're echoing. There you go. Linux. My tab. LC. I think it's N series. Damn it, I need a picture.
I think we're gonna go get some grub, boys. I'm gonna go get some grub with my girl here, and we'll be back in probably a couple hours.
Will you pick us up some donuts?
What you want?
Pick us up some crullers. I like crullers.
All right.
The chocolate ones, tractor tires, whatever you want to call them.
I think we need to get some more moon pies.
That's what I was saying. So he's gonna probably come back with a bunch of box of moon pies.
They don't sell moon pies in California.
What?
No.
What kind of state is it?
They don't
Oh
do
my
that.
God!
Not legal in California, huh?
Yeah. Right.
All you guys must be vegan, wine drinking hippies.
Hey.
Out in Cali. What the hell,
Hey,
man?
between
Come
you
on.
and Dan bashing on California last night, come on now. It ain't too bad out here.
Greg's not a hippie, he's a business owner. You can't be the same thing.
Dude, I am running a serious business out. It's freaking busy as hell out here.
Yeah, it seems like you had a lot of calls.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I mean, even my coworker, man, he's running calls all day. I mean, I just give him 5 calls every day, and I take anything else that comes, and then sure enough, it comes.
Wow.
This is the first year of having to like some sweet old lady called me the other day. She's like, "Yes, I don't have air conditioning." Just like, oh my God, I just want to. Yes, ma'am. I can't get out there until Tuesday. I'm totally booked out, and she's just like, oh, well, what should I do? And I'm like, oh, just keep calling around. You'll find somebody who will get out to you eventually. But I felt bad, man.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, sometimes you gotta turn them away or make them wait a little bit longer than an hour.
I know, they're like, yeah, I need you out here now. I'm like, that ain't gonna happen.
It's 77 in here.
Yeah. My coworker Keith, he was in a house the other day. It was 97 degrees inside the house. He got him up and going. He said when he recharged the system that the supply air was 76 degrees. It's gonna take a little while. It's gonna take a little while, but it will finally cool off in here. Just run that thing all night.
That's fun. Yeah, I had.
All right, boys, we're gonna head out to dinner. I'll talk to you guys later.
Take it easy, Greg. The one I did today, the other one I'm doing in the same area on Tuesday. I went out to the lady's house the other day, and it was 99 inside her house. She turned her window AC off for today because she didn't want it to run. I was like, okay. Might want to throw it in there for a little while. The dehumidify, 99 at 60% humidity, feels pretty shitty.
The whole state is run by 2 cities.
No, that's not an exaggeration. The major population centers there, and the people that live there will tell you of like LA and San Fran, basically run everything, and the people that live in like the rural areas get fucked because all their tax dollars go back to the big cities to pay for all their shit, and they get the short end of the stick, and it's basically a shit show there. You got big cities where people vote themselves more free shit while you're out living in the rural area getting taxed to death.
Wow, sounds like here.
They have
Sounds like my
absolutely stupid laws. Did you see that whole gun apocalypse law they just passed out there? It makes absolutely no sense. It's ridiculous. And they're like, their debt is 10% of our nation's debt, and that's the things that they worry about there politically. Like nothing that actually matters. They're like, well, we've got to ban scary-looking guns.
Really?
Yeah. Look that shit up, man. Look up Gunpocalypse, California right now, and listen, it passed. The governor signed it into law, and he took off to Europe for the next 2 weeks while the shitstorm settles down. Like it's pretty crazy.
He took off to Europe.
Yeah. He said, "See ya."
That's awesome. Yep, I'll make this law. I'm getting out of Dodge.
That's funny.
God.
Oh, California. California did have, I think it was the 7th largest economy in the world at one time. But they're pretty big.
When the governor was running it.
Yeah, they have the governor. That's either Arnold or Gray Davis before he kind of went it downhill a little bit. Well, that sounds like your neck of the woods there, Doug. All the stuff's going to certain large cities, and the rest of the state's completely the opposite.
Yeah, New York City gets all our shit.
I remember visiting my people up in Rochester. That's what they said. It's a different world between New York and the rest of the state.
Oh yeah, you go an hour north of the city, it's totally different.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing is these states just get railroaded by a major population center where they're able to just get the votes they need and screw everybody else.
And it's funny, you hear people talk about, oh, it's upstate New York. Oh yeah, what's upstate? Westchester County? Nah, that's not upstate. You don't hit upstate until you get into the
Nope. But audio troubles. Well, I don't know. I'm about as rural as it gets. I don't know where you guys live, but I live in a town with a population of 200 people. And our large metropolitan area is Burgaw, which is 4,000 people.
4,000, that's a block.
4,000, and the biggest traffic problem is when somebody's horse gets out.
Love it.
But I like that. So I like that.
Well, I live where I live is probably the epicenter of where a nuclear strike will be. I live 5 hours from D.C. and 10 minutes from an ammunition plant. So,
wow.
Or not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes from an ammunition plant. So if there's ever a nuclear strike, bye-bye, boys.
Well, you're better to be at the epicenter of it than to be a few miles away and get that radiation sickness and die in a few days. That shit ain't nice.
That's the glasses half full, Curtis. You'll be killed fast.
Yeah. Better to die quickly.
Stop complaining. I like this quote from Curtis right here. I'll have you train wash my ass. Hold on, what's this? If you don't get in the chat. Hey, who's that for? Is that for Justin or?
No, it's for Jim Luke.
Jim, look, we're gonna need a live grind my gears minus a couple fucks if you don't mind. That would bring the grand total to about 70. Hold on. I'll be right back.
You got to take a shit or something?
I'm gonna take. Actually, yeah. I'll be right back.
Going to drop a deuce.
Give me a beer.
I'm talking to you.
I had a good one for this. Drop it a deuce. I got this. I'm taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. I like that one. Let's see. What's another one? Bombing Swirl Harbor. That's all I got.
Docking a submarine.
Docking the submarine.
No.
Backing one out.
No. Quickly run in there, pinch you a loaf, and come on back.
Pitch you. Oh, that's a good one. I got a turtle head.
Gotta go bust a pipe.
Don't do that. Oh, God.
Jim Luke said he's going to drop an Ameristar.
Nice.
Don't forget, Jim, I know where you live. You've given your address out on your grind your gears, so you just might see me in about, I don't know, a few hours, asshole. But if I come up or you're buying the beer. Whew. Oh, man.
Cigars or beer right now. I'm kind of screwed.
No beer?
No beer, no cigar, out of everything.
You got to go to the store, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a court road.
The law around here is in this in the state of Virginia is after midnight it becomes a dry county. You know, every place around here quit selling alcohol at midnight.
Weird.
Yeah, it must be a Commonwealth thing. It pisses a lot of people off.
For some reason in Florida, it's before noon on Sunday they can't sell beer or
Before
alcohol.
noon, really?
Yeah, only on Sunday. So because you should be in church. You shouldn't be out at you shouldn't be at 7-Eleven buying a tall boy.
Lord have mercy. That's funny. Shouldn't be, but Lord have mercy, be in church. The funny thing is you know, the state promotes the ABC stores in Virginia, but they make them quit selling alcohol at midnight. I don't get that.
You got to be smart and stock up in advance, man. Don't be living beer to beer. Have a nice supply in the fridge. Green Saint says they just don't build equipment like they used to. Well, if they did, half of us wouldn't have a job. So, cheers to the manufacturers.
Yeah, I know.
I like working on these units that are 3 years old, and you wonder if they're going to make it to 5 before they just break so much that you're going to replace them.
Yeah. I'm taking out a 10-year-old airflow this week. Evaporator coil's leaking all over.
Just put like 5 things to leak stop in it like everybody else does. I love seeing that. I love when I'm at the supply house and I see guys that just buy tons and tons of those, and I'm like, jeez. If they would have just bought a leak detector, it costs as much as like 2 of those.
Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, I can't. The supply houses keep selling the stuff, and the shit don't work.
The funniest thing is I was at Train the other day, and they sell it, and I was asking the guy, will you warranty your equipment if I put that in there? And they're like, probably not. So why the fuck do you sell it?
Yeah, but that's kind of like Kia. They don't work either, but they keep selling.
It doesn't make any sense to me that it's just I don't know. I don't get it. I don't have that much trouble finding leaks. what these guys are doing. It's not that hard to find a leak.
It is not.
You get out the. I know everybody doesn't have an H10, but get out your leak detector and look, or hell, put some nitrogen in there, drop something in there, find the blasted leak. You know.
I got a CPS wireless. It works pretty decent. I forgot, but that and leak dye.
A leak dye I use as a last resort, but yeah, leak dye is good. I use it. I have an H10, but I've been using my TIF ZX lately, and I haven't had any issues. I've been finding so many leaks with that, especially if it's R22. That thing it doesn't matter. I mean, the H10 is more sensitive, but the TIF ZX is sensitive enough.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find how this thing is.
Pretty much any leak detector will find R22 leaks really fast, and that's what these guys are throwing all the leak stop in.
Well, they're just trying to be, just quick about it. I mean, they throw it in there and, that'll fix it.
They think just because they don't get a call back after 6 months that it worked, when the reality is either the person forgot about them or they say that last guy was an asshole and didn't fix the problem. That's what really happens. They're like, oh, well, that customer's taken care of. They never called me back after I put that leak stop in. It's not necessarily the case.
The ones at the back side of the vacuum coil can be a pain in the ass every once in a while.
I want to try it, but I subscribe to this guy's channel, Nathan's HVAC, and he's using a field piece for 410A leaks, and it's a field piece. I think it's the SRL8, and he was showing in the video it's very sensitive to 410A and those kind of blends, but it's not very sensitive to R22 and it's not very sensitive to CFCs and HCFCs, but it's very sensitive to HFCs. So he's basically running 2 leak detectors. He's running, I don't know what he's running for R22, but
excuse me.
He was picking up a pound a year leak with the SRL8.
Shit.
Pound a year. That ain't too bad.
Maybe it was less than. I mean, it was a small leak, and I'm gonna pick one of those up because I was impressed by that.
What the hell? What is this thing?
The Green Saint says, what it just takes to move up in the field. I've had the same paint everything for 3 years. Well, yeah, it's like Jim Luke said, it sounds like you might need to find a better company to work for.
That or stay on your knees a little longer.
I don't know, man. It's rough. Like around me, it's rough. Like a lot of these companies, they don't want to pay guys nothing. It's hilarious, and then they charge so much money. That's why I went to work for the union, because they pay 30% more than everybody else. So things I don't like about it too, but you know what? I get paid more. I get health care. I get a pension. So. No other company around here that wasn't union would even attempt to match that. They want to pay you $20 an hour, and you'd be happy with that.
Yeah, screw off.
Sorry, but I'm not happy with that.
Well, like I've said before, I mean, I had a talk with my uncle, and he's been doing this for plumbing, for over almost 40 years. And you know, we were just talking, and he told me that when it comes to this area, as far as plumbing goes, you know, the most, and he owns his own business, the most he can charge is $20 an hour, you know, for labor. And I says, "Are you kidding me?" He says, "Nope. You know, in this area, they won't pay, you know, more than that."
Well, hopefully you have a really low cost of living. Otherwise, I would not work in that area. I mean, it's all relative.
It's
you better have like a $300 a month mortgage payment to be charging $20 an hour for yourself on your own business with a truck and everything. Yeah, they can fuck right off.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it is. I mean, our cost of living is basic. I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's in the middle, I guess you could say that. But I mean, that's just what they charge. And I don't know what some of the bigger heating and air companies around here charge for labor on their guys. But I mean, I'm way up there. I mean, I'm way above $20 an hour for labor. You know, I can't live on that. I mean,
when we do T&M on normal time, which is between like 8 to 4:30, it's $125 an hour.
Jeez. I'm not that high.
Which is cheap for our area.
Cheap for your okay.
Yeah, our bigger companies are around $100.
For residential, it's more flat rate pricing because we can get away with flat rate pricing in residential. You know what I mean? Like you go there, it's $75 to show up, and then whatever it is to fix it. If I have to clear a drain, that's another $30, and you know on from there. It's all built that way. But commercial stuff is all T&M.
Nice.
What's going on, Joe?
What's up?
Yeah, Leak Seeker 3000. That's what it is.
If it works, it works. That's all that counts.
Zach, how'd it go?
It was great. It's a really good experience.
Did you use a plunger?
I didn't have to use a plunger. I read the entire ICM catalog.
You didn't have to use the mathematical equation of it. Work it out with a pencil.
There's quite a few different delay on brakes out there.
Uh-oh.
Man. Catching up on my phone.
One more beer, and then after that beer's done, I gotta get offline.
That's when the conversation will get better.
Oh, wow, the chat just got interesting. John Schupa joined.
Was it John Schupa? John Schupa.
John Schupa.
I don't think that's
John.
This is your opportunity, Zach, to try out your boot button. You've got Fritz Pro and John Schupa here.
You are really?
I don't think Fritz Pro is actually Fritz.
Definitely
I
not.
don't think Shoop is actually John Shoop either.
I don't know. I haven't seen enough comments.
Oh man.
I don't know John Shoop enough, so.
Why kick out Pro?
Damn.
That's Pro. That's pretty good.
My kick.
What are y'all laughing at?
The chat. You gotta listen to lead the chat, man. Like I said, John Schupa and Jim Luke are having it out.
I can't see any of it.
Let's see. Jim, you are very unprofessional, and your foul language is bad for the entire trade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, because Jim's definitely the ambassador for the HVAC trade. We're gonna have to take that away from him. Jim, you can't be the mascot for HVAC techs anymore. Sorry.
Especially Linux.
Well, Jim had a rebuttal. Jim's rebuttal was Fuck John Shute. Him and Dave Lennox have wild butt sex.
Spoken like a true country boy.
Wild butt sex. That's something else right there.
Hey man, it's not okay for you to judge them, all right?
Little on that.
Mike, where you at? You went on vacation, didn't you? You got in the chat. Red Solo Cup.
Hey, Mike.
So have a party. Oh, did I get a home advisor lead? I better go.
Uh-oh. Make that money.
I'll go. Tell them I'll be there in 14 hours, and it's going to cost lots of dollars.
Hey, wait a second. Listen to this. This is the first time I've ever seen this on Home Advisor. I actually have a lead that came through right now. But check this out. This person is my kind of service call. The comments say, AC started to fail Saturday night presently, I guess. Tomorrow is Sunday, right? And Monday is a holiday. That's correct, too. I need repair Tuesday. My gosh. I'll take that one.
There you go. I need repair Tuesday.
This is perfect. Let me look them up on the map and see if it's logistically possible. It is. Great news. I even got a picture of their house from Google Maps. This is great.
I love that.
I like that too.
You go see
I
if
can
it's
see what kind of neighborhood you're about to travel into.
I had a lady call up one day at 7:30 on a Sunday night. She's like, I got 22 heat pumps that aren't working. Like, what do you mean 22 heat pumps?
Holy crap.
That's a fan belt on the cooling tower with a pump failure.
I thought it was a joke and drove up to the house and it was a freaking $15 million mansion. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
That's a dream. That's a dream call. Okay, when they say they have 22 units down, you say you need every last one of them replaced.
That's right.
Okay.
Do a little look it up on Google. Lenrock Mansion.
Yeah, we have customers like that.
Like freaking,
you say this is that's a $15 million. We take care of one. It's a $68 million house.
It might be more than that. The thing is.
I wouldn't doubt it. I've seen these places, and they probably live there 2 weeks out of the year, right?
I don't know, but DFW freaking place. I'm like, yeah.
So was it the pump or the belt on the cooling tower?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Thought she was joking.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get the Home Advisor lead at 10:30 while doing Hangout.
Tell them no. You will only show up tomorrow for double the normal rate.
I know, that's a good. I like that. I'll come tomorrow at 9 a.m. for $200 an hour. I'm coming whether you say yes or not, so you better have the money. I have another good quote from the chat for us. I Google Map John Shute. Y'all tell me who you think it is. I Google Map John Shute place, and it came up as a dildo factory. Oh my gosh. The chat's brutal, man. The chat's just brutal.
Are you sure it's the factory or is it the testing area?
Quotes by Zack.
Either way, I'm not going. I'm not going to either one of those tests.
NorCal, you need to look at my Instagram at that video I just posted of the walk-in box I just worked on.
God.
So I went to a walk-in box today, and it was a packaged unit for a walk-in box. Well, they decided for some reason to eliminate the evaporator from the packaged walk-in box, and they put a regular evaporator in and still use the same condenser. So they just left the other shit, and they used a 115-volt evaporator, and it was a 220-volt condensing unit, so they just used ground for the neutral on it. And the way they modified it, you couldn't get the cover back on the electrical section, so it's just all exposed. You know, no cover on there whatsoever.
Put some
It's
dust.
it's on top of the cooler inside the space, but it was kind of hilarious. Oh, NorCal, go to my most recent YouTube video, and the link should be in the description. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
What's going on, Brent?
Brent, it's 10:30.
I know, it's a late one. It's wild.
I know. It's a barn burner. My God. What are you reading, Curtis? Because I know you're reading something from the chat. Because I know that.
He's reading about the cigars, man.
I know. I Let's see if I can clean this up for everybody.
No, Lord.
That Shoop smokes cigars reminds him of a
Phallic
famous
object.
HVAC person's phallus. This is what we've come to.
Indeed.
Maybe I was going to practice throwing people out of the chat, but I don't see Fritz Pro anywhere anymore.
Why are you kicking Fritz Pro out? It's not even Fritz.
It's just practice.
Just practice.
Just in case the real Fritz shows up.
I bet the real Fritz is in here as John Shoop.
We have too many conspiracy theories about the chat. Come on, guys. He responded. I am just kidding, man. I love you.
I have done nothing.
I'm innocent. I have done nothing. It's like a
He's
movie line.
subscribed to, he's paying the $1.99, Zach. He deserves to be in here.
He's not paying nothing. Oh my God.
He paid his $1.99.
What's Ralph talking about? Stop leak over here. Were y'all talking about stop leak while I was inside?
Yeah.
So what?
I had a guy ask me about it today. I told him absolutely not, no way, never ever.
What do you want to use it on?
He did have a 23-year-old Rheem unit, but I tell you, it had I put 2 pounds in that joker, and it went to running like a champ. So I told him, I said, there's no way I'd put stop leak in this thing. I said, let's see what it does. You know, it's 23 years old. You know, we'll see how it goes.
Well, I've never used stop leak before, but I know a lot of guys. It very well. Supply house. They have the large display right on the counter. Every supply house seems to have that. It's just
And
kind of sad.
And all these guys that work out of the back of their Honda Civic buy it up.
The Honda Civic.
Yeah, I bet
CRX.
it's popular with the like apartment maintenance guys and stuff like that. I bet they use the shit out of it.
I bet they put it in units that have a dirty evaporator. Like, oh man, this suction pressure's low. I better put some stop leak in and put about 10 pounds of R22 in this little 2-ton system.
Yeah. So, what's that?
It's only like 10 feet from the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I had a call like that a few years ago where they had just charged the shit out of a unit, and I got out there and it was frozen solid because the superheat was like -12 or something like that.
Jesus.
And ended up having to take like 3 or 4 pounds out of it because the coil was just like a piece of carpet. Just funny.
Yeah, I did that the other
It
day.
was definitely your can cold.
I did that the other day. I took about 5 pounds out of somebody's system. One of the terminals burned off. The wire burned off the compressor terminal. Big surprise.
Yeah. But I see that a lot out here because I am in the country, and there's a lack of available skilled tradesmen. I'll just say it like that. And I get a lot of calls from these units on like single wides and stuff like that have like R22 with fluctuating head pressures. It goes like 350, 375. Every service calls is burning wires off, and it's happened quite a bit. There's been like probably 5 or 6 of them in the last year or two. Same exact situation. Someone just charged it up too high. They didn't pull a vacuum sort of thing, and no one has any money to fix anything ever. So you just gotta, I guess, give them bad news and go home. It's about what you get to do. Because you tell them, let's pull all the refrigerant out of this, let's change the dryer, let's pull another vacuum, and they're like, I don't think so. Put some 22.
Yeah, that's the problem is you tell people, well, it's going to take money to motivate me to fix your unit, and they're like, oh man, money?
We just like take a little gas out and get us right below the mark where we burn wires off and stay there.
Well, I get the question all the time. Well, can you just fill it halfway up with refrigerant? Just halfway? No, doesn't work like that.
Well, hey, when I tell customers the price on refrigerant and they say, well, I can only afford 1 pound, then okay, if you want me to put in 1 pound, I'm not going to promise you it's going to work great. Sure.
I've had that one a couple times too.
You're a better man than me, Eric. I'm not going to put in any. If they say they can only afford 1 pound, I'd rather just not put nothing in it.
Yeah, I tell you what.
It depends, man. I mean, if they're at a 20-pound suction pressure, yeah, I'm going to say, well, don't bother. But if they're at like a 58-pound suction pressure on an R22, I might say, yeah, well, we'll put in 1 pound. We'll see what happens, you know?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if it's somebody, you get somebody down to like a 27-degree superheat, and they're running like 65 pounds or something, where they look cool, but it's not exactly optimum. From time to time, I have to do that because people say, I have $200. What can you do? So, well, this is what I can do. So, it's not great.
I can take it to the track and see if I can get you a little bit more money. I mean, it's.
Let's turn this 200 into 400.
Exactly.
Let's get you 3 pounds R22 instead of 1. That's sad stuff, though. But it's true. They can't afford to pay for. You want to put in whatever you have to do, and you have to compromise. It's just like they talk about real world stuff. That's what it is. You have to compromise and figure out the best way to help them, even though it's not the way you want to do it.
Well, there's some things I'll do and some things I won't. We had a customer, and they didn't call us back, but I went out there and they had a high side leak on their condenser coil. They were popping U-bends, and I'm not going to recommend to them to patch that U-bend and charge them back up because I know another one's going to pop. So I said you can either replace the condenser coil or replace the system because it's R22, and we gave a price for both, and we never heard back from them. But somebody probably went out there and said, oh, I can just patch that U-bend. Yeah. You can go ahead and do that, but what about the next U-bend and the next U-bend?
That's right. Yeah, sometimes you got your experience working for it. You say, well, this isn't going to work. I know it because I've seen it happen before. So which is kind of good because the other guy has to figure that out, that it's not going to work, and you're going to call him back in a week, do it again, and then a couple weeks to do it again, and then on down the line until he makes minus $1,000 on that job.
Well, we've had commercial customers that are like, well, we have to get the system going, so patch the U-bend and we'll see how long it lasts, and that's a different story. But when it's like I met some residents and you can already tell they don't really have money, I'm like, I'm not going to recommend to patch your U-bend because the repair is going to be expensive, and then it's not going to last.
Right.
And you're going to expect it to last like years, and it's you'll be lucky if it does.
It's the $1 million question. You have an old system. The guy says, "Let's just change the compressor. How long will it last?" Like 25 years, probably. Probably last to the next compressor.
Yeah, you change the compressor, and then you find the TXV's bad, and then you say, "Well, your TXV's bad."
Why didn't you know that already?
Exactly. That's what whenever I see a bad compressor, I always make sure to stress that to a customer. Your compressor's bad. Most likely, something else caused it to go bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
compressors are murdered. They don't just die. They get killed.
Yeah, more often than not, 90 times out of 100 or 99 times out of 100, it's something else caused it to happen. It could have been overcharged the whole time. You know,
Sure.
been undercharged the whole time. It could be as simple as that, or it could be TXV. As soon as you change it, you got a stuck shut TXV.
A lot of lack of air.
Well, yeah, that's everywhere.
Oh, hell.
What's going on, Ralph?
What are you up to?
6 foot, you?
5'7", I believe.
7. I didn't know
Yeah.
it's that.
Hey.
Are you for real 5'7"?
Yeah, man.
My son's like 5'9".
Well, goody for him.
Well, no, it's a burden. He's got to carry all that weight around. You're lucky.
Yeah, you're right.
Get back
Hey,
in the
Ralph,
crowd
what
space.
kind of birds you got, buddy?
I got 2 African grays.
Big old expensive birds, huh?
Oh, actually, one of them somebody gave to us, and the other one, I think we paid like $500 for them.
But they live a long time, don't they?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So you're stuck with them for life.
pretty much.
Longer. They'll outlive you.
They will. One of them will not come out of his cage. Will not.
Now, are they pretty nice? Like,
Yeah, one of them is. The female is really nice. But the male, he was wild caught.
oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, somebody caught him in the wild. And he's
Straight
never
from
been.
Africa?
Yeah, he's never been out of his cage. Well, he has been out of his cage, but getting him back in his cage is a son of a bitch.
Sure. So he doesn't have his wings clipped or anything?
No, you can't get him out of his cage.
Wow. Yeah, my mom had a bird when I was growing up, and that son of a bitch was mean as hell.
No, the female is really nice.
Bite you if you try to get him out?
Do what?
Does he bite you if you try to get him out?
Yeah, he's pretty scared. He's scared of everything. He'll play with you. He'll let you, like, if we uncover him, when we take the cover off of him in the morning time, he'll grab hold of that sheet, and he'll yank on it and want to play with you, but that's about as far as he gets.
So Ralph, what's up? You made it back out there to take that lady the other little bit of money for her?
I hadn't had a chance yet. I got it.
Long way out there.
I know.
Are you still taking donations?
No, I mean, if somebody wants to send it to me, I will, but I'm not asking for them no more. Hell, I got another check for $1,600 to give her.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to get a donation out to you.
Well, yeah, if you
Any
want to
chance?
donate, yeah, go ahead. Still the PayPal thing.
All right.
Hey, man, I tell you what, those guys were great. One guy gave, I don't want to tell what people gave, but one guy gave $300. Guys were giving $250. You know, it was truly amazing.
Sweet.
That's why I didn't want to make a video about how much money people gave. You know, I thought it'd be, want to kind of keep that private. But I did, huh?
I said it's cool that the guys threw down that much money. You know, that's
Oh, I know.
2,500 total or what?
Yeah, it was 26.
Yeah, dude, that's cool as hell that they came together and threw down that.
Yeah,
much money.
well, it was 40. It was 41 total, and after the equipment was bought, I was able to give her $2,600.
That's awesome.
So, what's Curtis laughing at?
He's laughing at the chat.
Curtis,
Jim Luke is obsessed with
John Shoup.
With John Shoup and Fritz apparently having gay sex. So.
As long as we don't have to watch the movie.
Jim, you're going like over the line here. Like you're too interested in this right now, man.
I was in the chat a while ago, and I saw where he said that he googled Shoop's address, and it came up to a dildo factory.
I was reading some of them on air, but some of them I can't. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, this last one was. God almighty.
The Fritz's donation ones might have to be stricken for the record.
Damn.
And now there's... Ooh. Go ahead, Ralph.
I wish I could see the chat, but I'm on my phone, so.
You're not missing anything but a bunch of disgusting sexual humor.
Damn.
What's funny is in the chat now we have Mookie Man.
He's in on it too.
I get a kick out of that because I was back from that HVAC talk thing with Fritz and all them with Mookie. That whole saying. You remember that?
Vaguely. Yeah.
I can't remember if he was supposed to be Mookie or Corny was Mookie or something like that.
Yeah, Corny was behind all that shit. He's a shit talker and he's a troublemaker.
So whatever happened with Corny anyway? Hadn't seen him around in a while.
He's right here in the chat.
Huh? He's in the chat?
I don't know if that's him or not. Probably not.
You know, he's pretty easy to tell when it's him writing because he uses about 8,000 periods when he writes. He'll write, and then he'll put like 10 periods in it, and then he'll write another sentence and then put 10 periods. So he's pretty easy.
Well, that's like Fritz and exclamation points.
Lord of mercy.
Corny.
Did you have to work today, Ralph?
Yeah, I went and did a condenser and a coil. Went and did a couple little service calls. But I'm going to change my voicemail tomorrow and say TNN Services is closed the 3rd and the 4th of July.
Because America.
Yeah, because it's America.
Because it's America.
I got to go back to one I was at this afternoon. The unit was froze up. Now, this guy, I've been out to his house, I don't know, 5 times, putting 410 in his unit, and told him, dude, you got to get a new coil. You got to get a new coil. So he called me today and said, can you just come do it one more time? I was like, yeah, I'll come out there. Get out there and the damn thing's frozen up. He knows he's supposed to shut that thing off when it's frozen. So I said, dude, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to make him suffer. I did it on purpose. I could have stayed and thought it out, but I was like, nah.
Charge him a service call for today and tomorrow.
I'm gonna charge. I told him, I said, I'm gonna charge you extra to come back tomorrow too. 5 times.
What you need to do is you need to go get the 125-pound 410 cylinder and get an EPR valve for refrigeration and just set it for about 130 psi.
There you go. There you go. Just let it. Hey, you laugh at that, Eric. I used to live by this one house, and his unit was leaking. And every time I drive by his house, he just left his 22 sitting out by his unit, hooked up.
Yeah, I had guys tell me about that with 134A vans that would like leak, and they would keep 134A in the front seat, and they'd have a hose run in from like under the freaking hood, and they would just sit there and add 134A while they were driving to keep the van cool. It's like, why don't you just fix it at that point? You know, how hard is it? It's always a discharge line. You can see it's covered in oil. Everything bolts together on a car too, so I mean, how hard is it?
Unless it's in the evaporator. And who the hell wants to get under the dash?
Then you just crash the van into a fucking telephone pole and tell your boss to buy you another one.
There you go. Where you going?
Less than half a gallon.
That's why they make stop leak.
Stop leak.
Yeah, just put stop leak in your car.
I did put stop leak in a unit the other day. That stuff I wanted to experiment with on that one video. I came across another 22-year-old unit that's on his last leg. So I'm gonna put it in it and see if it works. Hey, this sucker. I got the video. I still haven't uploaded it yet, but when I finish working on it, I'll upload it. But the top of the fan sets about 2 foot under the sunroom they added on. So there's no room under there whatsoever anyway.
Well, that's what you want to do, is you want to recirculate the heat, just so your condenser can prove how much of a badass it is, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
we're going to see how good this stuff works.
Some of them are rated up to 140 degrees, but how do you know if it'll really be able to handle that unless you make it?
Hell, there's 2 of them under there. A Goodman, and it sits about a foot away from the floor joists.
You got to make sure they're touching each other and they're touching the wall on one side, so they got like 2 sides blocked.
Yep. Yeah. When I finish that video, I'll get it loaded up, and you'll see.
You need a couple of those.
Video of a unit he installed.
Do what?
I said Brent had a good video of a unit he installed.
I wish I could have ran across that.
Yeah, you like that one? Yeah, that was a special unit there.
I wish I could run across it.
I've seen that more than a few times though. For some, I hadn't seen that trick with using the condenser, top of the condenser for the fan assembly, but I've seen condensers piped into package units a few times.
Hell, when Brent sent me that, I wanted to drive down there and do a whole video on it.
Well, I pretty much saw the opposite of that today with a walk-in cooler, though, so that was kind of neat.
I'm going back out there next week. Probably, I've changed out a compressor on that one I was working on. I was working on a 10-ton carrier package unit, and one of the compressors was grounded. So I'll probably be back there next Wednesday or Thursday replacing the compressor. I might get a little more footage on that thing. I might pop the panel off the side of it or something to see where that thing's piped into and whatnot.
I want to know why they took the top off the Goodman just to stick the York top on it. That's
why not just stick the York top in the hole?
They could have.
Yeah.
They could have silver taped the big hole up on each side.
They could have got the right fan for it. They could have done a number of things.
That's the even better one.
What they did was harder than fixing it correctly.
I did tell the lady, because I was working on it was a dance studio, and then the people who had that unit was a Japanese restaurant or something, and I told the lady, I said, you need to let your landlord know that these Japanese people over here, they're going to burn this damn building down with that kind of shit. They're going to have an electrical fire or something.
Well, you mean it wasn't all properly grounded and?
No.
That was some wild looking stuff.
That was.
I want to meet the guy that does that work, and I just want to have a nice long conversation about like what I'm doing wrong in my life.
Well, apparently you're not saving all your old equipment.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Is like anytime I take out a condenser that has a working fan, I better save that and the top of the unit, because I never know when I might need to, go to a package unit and put the top of that unit on top of the package unit.
Just think outside the box, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Save everything, man. Just put in used parts, used equipment. Why not?
I wonder how much he charged them for that.
What's that? That's like that Bob fella.
Oh, good old Bob.
Yeah, don't be like Bob.
Don't be like Bob. I went to her house the other day. Damn drain line was clogged up.
Same system?
Yeah, actually it was. It was clogged up right where it comes out the wall, and I was what do you call that? I was snake in the drain with a tie strap.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Snake in the drain, huh?
Snake in the drain.
It's like a 15.
Hey, when it finally cleared out, I got soaked, boy.
Wow.
She squirted on
Too
me.
easy.
That could be taken out of context.
One too.
It's almost too easy to follow up the joke.
Luke was talking about a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. It's all that sexual humor from the chat spilling over.
That's what it is.
The chat's a nasty place, and the chat's like a seedy bar. That's what it's like. The guys are sliding across the counter and hitting each other with chairs.
Did somebody just say in the chat they're voting for Hillary? I hope that was a joke.
That was not a joke. That was John HVAC.
So if you have any morals in your life, just go look up the fact that she defended a pedophile and bullied the witness, got the guy off for raping a 12-year-old girl, and then was on audio laughing about it afterwards, talking about how she'd lost all her faith in polygraphs because the guy was somehow able to pass it. So regardless of what else you think about her, I mean, you have to be a pretty terrible person to do something like that. So,
all right, John, come on.
That's a very vetted story. You can go on there. There's no spin to that whatsoever. That's vetted. You can go listen to her on the audio tape.
Okay, you've got Trump, Clinton. Damned if you don't. Damned if you do.
Okay.
Damned if you don't. I mean, I'm just saying.
You know exactly what you're going to get with Clinton. We don't know what we're going to get with Trump.
And that scares us.
I'll take the chance because I know it's going to be really, really bad if I vote for Clinton.
You're right about that.
How about this? How about
I don't
John
support
says,
her morally or any of her policies.
Oh, here's a good one. That's good. That's good.
So,
John says Hillary gets a bad rap.
yeah. You know, pedophilia, it's not that guy's fault. So.
It sounds bad after you say that. That's just what he said in the chat.
I'm up for this one. Zack for president.
I said right on. I'm trying to make that comment right now while I was talking. I don't think anyone needs me to be president of anything. I can barely contain ruling over this chat.
But anyway, guys, I got to get up early tomorrow, so I'm getting off of here.
All right, dude.
See
you later.
See y'all later.
Bye, man.
Don't go, Eric. Don't go. Don't hit the button, Eric. Don't hit the button, Eric.
I'm hitting the button. I'm hitting the button.
Oh, shit.
Don't do it.
He's gone.
Voters for Hillary.
I miss Eric.
You miss him already?
Yeah.
Ralph,
Remember that time Eric was here and we talked about Hillary? Man, that was great.
It just seemed like yesterday.
Ooh, you can preside over the toilet. Is that a joke at me? I'm about to throw your ass out of the chat. Night, guys. Oh. Maybe I can.
last week.
So, Curtis, how you like those damn Ameristar micro-channel units?
Well, first of all, they only made one micro channel, and it was 13 SEER. Now that everything's 14,
It's all tube and fin?
it's all tube and fin.
I can tell you, I've only worked on one micro channel, and I can guarantee you I'll never sell one.
What, a micro channel unit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking Coleman.
Well, it's Nordine, man. What do you expect?
What, Coleman? No, that's yours.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
That system I put in, the evaporator coil was leaking right out of the box. Had to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on wood, I ain't had that problem yet. You know.
Hey, when I work on a unit, I want to be able to pump the little bastard down, not get my recovery shit out to work on it.
Yeah.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, I know. That's what the engineers say. It never breaks. You should never have to pump it down.
Yeah, it never breaks. I can break all the time now. Well, they have those small tubing ones too. Those little thin tubing ones that Goodman makes.
Yeah, the what was it, 5mm tubing?
What the hell is that?
It's just real thin. What?
And I'm looking at the Adventure Time guy here.
The picture down there? Yeah.
No, I put a 3-ton Ameristar AC that's got micro channel in about 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I ain't had a bit of problem with it yet. So, I mean, we'll see as time goes on.
Well, the one I did the other day, somebody had put it was a 3-ton. And when I went out there, it was, oh man, it was real high head pressure. And I did everything. I even called tech support, and it was like the coil's too small, the evaporator coil. I was like, well, it says 3 ton. Well, it's not. It's only good enough for 2 ton. It's not matched up right. Like son of a bitch. So I had to tell these guys it's only a year and a half old. I had to tell them they had to buy a new coil. I guess it was a foreclosed house or whatever.
But you said I had a 3-ton model number there, didn't it?
Yeah, it had a 3-ton model number on it.
Like, thanks, people. That's really kind of misleading.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that
hey,
would
that's
make
the house.
pressure high. But.
That's the house that after I got done putting that coil in and jacking with that thing, that's the house I got the kidney stones. That's where they showed their ugly face.
Stress.
Yeah.
Stress ball. The wrong kind.
Yeah.
That and all them damn Dr. Peppers.
Hey, I hadn't had one since then, though.
Good. Dr. Pepper or a Stone?
It's been over a week. Thursday was a week. I had a Dr. Pepper. Or anything caffeinated.
You going through withdrawals, Ralph?
Nah, no, not really. No, but I will tell you this, though. It's because I hadn't been drinking Dr. Pepper. So I guess my body was kind of trying to use the Dr. Pepper as nutrition. So, like, it used to be, I really wouldn't have to eat till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hell, now, I got to eat before I leave the house. If I don't, I'm all nauseous.
Wow. Man, oh man. Poor Rouster.
I know. Total different life now.
I don't even recognize you anymore, man. No Dr. Peppers. You're charging double on the weekend. Who are you?
Hey.
You started charging overtime, Ralph?
Yeah. Somebody sent me a text and asked me if I charged more to come out on the weekend. I said, yeah, $135. I didn't hear back from them.
I haven't been charging extra for the weekends just because I'm just trying to build a clientele, but I've gotten so busy lately where I've been thinking about it.
Well, you know what? It's one of those deals, Brent, where in the week you're really busy, so you feel like, well, I couldn't get to them during the week anyway, so I might as well go ahead and go out.
Yep, exactly.
But that's the
That's the what?
That's just the breaks of being a small one-man guy, one-man show.
Yeah. So what are you going to charge, Ralph? What was it?
$135.
$135.
What do you charge? Like $75 during the week?
$75, yeah.
Or but yours is a diagnosis, right? Diagnosis fee.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm at $95, and I charge like I say, I call it a diagnostic fee, but I charge that weekends, nights, whenever, right now.
During the week as well.
Yeah,
during the day.
Whenever, just all the time, $95 diagnostic.
Al, I've been charging $75 since I started.
I'm at 87.
87.
What you charge, Zach?
I do $95 an hour.
So you don't. So let's just say you go there and you're there for 20 minutes. Like it was I don't know a loose wire or something. And you were there for 20 minutes. You charge them $45.
No. They have to pay for an hour at least.
Okay, so you're pretty much at $95. Kind of. Well, you don't call it the diagnostic, but it's at $95 at least.
It is essentially, yeah.
Gotcha.
Sounds like everybody's between 75 and around 95. I just raised. I was at 85 for a long time. I just moved it up to 95. Beginning of the year. Hasn't seemed to affect the workload.
A few people complain about it, but for the most part, they'll say, "Man, you're a little higher than other people," and I'll kind of explain a little bit about what we do and how we're a little different than everybody else, and they'll just tell us to come on. They don't complain about it too much.
Brent says, all he says is one word: iConnect.
And that's it right there.
That's all he has to say is the iConnect.
Where is that at? I don't even see that.
What? No, I was talking about. That's how Brent explains it when he talks about his 95.
Oh.
Just
I was looking at the chat. Like, where?
It's iConnect. That's all he has to say.
You get out the iConnect, people are like, man, I know I hired the right guy. You work for NASA.
hmm Hey, Brent's been benefiting from my YouTube videos too. Adding Brent.
Absolutely. I got a call this morning from a guy. Ralph sent me a customer this morning. It was a guy. He thought he had a dirty evaporator coil on a gas furnace split system, but he ended up just being low on charge. That was a 23-year-old ream that the guy asked me about putting lead stop in.
Oh yeah. I had a guy call me the other day asking about putting leak stop in a mini split. And I told him absolutely not.
Yeah, the tubing so small on the mini splits. That's a bad idea.
He said he already bought it, and I was like, dude, no. Send it back, put it back on eBay, whatever you got to do with it. Don't even think about putting it in there.
And hell, it's probably leaking out a flare joint anyways.
No, it's leaking actually out of the evaporator. It's on a cassette unit.
Okay.
So I've got to go back out there, and I've got to go out there now and put in a cassette phone or an evaporator.
Sure.
Are you changing the evaporator, or are you gonna put a new unit in? I don't know yet. I've got to.
What kind is it?
I don't even know. Oh, it's Panasonic.
Oh.
Or Sanyo, Panasonic, one of the two.
Sanyo Sonic.
Yeah. Sansonic.
I know I put in a Panasonic, but I don't know if that's before a name change or after. I can't remember what it's called now.
There's a supply house up here next to me that's they're putting there's a killer deal on a Samsung 9K mini split indoor outdoor. It's a heat pump indoor outdoor line set and pad for like $850.
What supply house is that, Brent?
Yeah, HAC Supply.
What is it?
Ralph, they're called HAC Supply.
Oh, are they incoming?
Yeah,
are they
they're
incoming?
up and coming.
Yeah.
There's one in Loganville.
Yeah.
My Rudd dealer's doing that now. Supplier, $1,200, 2.5 ton pad, line set, disconnect, indoor coil, outdoor unit.
Wow, it's like the pain bundle.
Yeah. That's like R.E. Michaels. They got the air temp package thing.
I guess a lot of people are doing that now. I see that with paint a lot, how they'll put the disconnect, the pad, all sorts of stuff in there. The whip, the thermostat.
Yeah, it's a shitty pull-out disconnect, though. I don't like them.
Yeah, I think that it's a crappy thermostat most of the time, too.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm trying to think. When did I do that?
That's what the Ameristar dealer does.
Yeah, well, they had back about 2.5 years ago when they first come out, they had they were called the AmeriPack, where they gave like almost $250, $300 worth of stuff, included free in with the cost of the equipment. I must have put about 4 bundles in that year. That's where I got really to liking the equipment, and that's why they don't. That's why I still like trying to put it in today, but that got me really liking the equipment.
Hey, Curtis, you were talking about there being a first and second generation of your equipment. Is that right?
Yeah. When it first came out, little history. To make a long story short, there's a little history behind the equipment.
Tell me about old Charles Ameristar.
Who?
Charles Ameristar, who made the very first Ameristar unit.
I don't know about all that. I just know this. I know this.
A little Oriental guy with a big hat.
A little Oriental.
Cheng Yao Pong.
Anyway.
Or first name like Amari, and his last name was Star.
Yeah. Amari Star. No, Zack. I think Ralph put one of these in.
What?
The Ameristar.
No, I did not.
That looks like an American Standard.
No.
Look how offended he is. Hey, Curtis, listen how offended he is. I would never do that. Yeah.
Now, no. Years ago, about 15, 16 years ago.
I wasn't doing videos back then.
I know you had a video where you showed you were pulling out, doing you were showing something, doing something on a unit that you put in, and it was an American Standard, but it had the Ameristar plate on it.
Let's see.
Because
right.
Years ago, Train and American Standard had the Ameristar brand.
That video was pretty recent, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
It looks like an XB.
Yeah. And then what happened is they sold the brand, okay, but when they started getting killed, a few years ago in their pricing, York and Goodman, especially Goodman, was killing them in their pricing. Ingersoll Rand made a decision to buy the brand back. Well, they bought the brand from China. I mean, that's what it is. It is what it is, and that's where it stands today. But the first generation heat pumps, when they were over here, didn't have a suction port plug on it. Basically they had no. The first generation of Ameristars had no nameplating on them. And they didn't have a true suction port on the heat pumps. So, I mean, you can still check the refrigerant, in heating, just, doing it the old-fashioned way. You just couldn't get true suction. But the second generation, and they had a lot of problems with their throttle control valves on the outdoor heat pumps and the ACs. But after the second generation came out, when the second generation came out, rather, they had that remedied. They had a true suction port, and they fixed that throttle control valve problem. So, and now for the 14 Sears, I'm loving those things even more because they don't have the where you gotta put the wires up in the contactor. They're doing just like Train America Standard does. They leave the wires there. We just wire nut it, on the contactor and go with it. So, I mean.
So with the throttle control valve, is that a TXV you're talking about?
No. It's a refrigeration. It's a metering device. It's kind of like the old capillary tube systems.
Right.
And that's what they use to control the refrigerant in their heat pumps and ACs. Hell, they even do that in their 14 Sears. There's no TXVs on any of their heat pumps. 14 Sears. It's all throttle control valves.
And there's no piston?
Well, it's a sealed chamber. It's a sealed chamber.
I'll be in there in a minute.
Yeah, it's a sealed chamber for where it meters. It's got a piston in it, but it's like the old capillary tube systems where it had the piston. I guess it did. Well, here's my question. I'm not really too familiar with those, so my question is: did the old capillary tube systems have a piston in them, or some type of metering device?
The metering device was a length of tubing.
Okay, well then I guess that would be attributed to what would be in the heat pump now.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's how they meter the refrigerant, and that's even on their 14 Sears stuff. There's no TXV on the outdoor heat pumps or outdoor ACs. The only time you got to add a TXV is on the indoor evaporator coil, and that's for 1.5 tons, 3 tons, 4 tons, and 5 tons.
Okay, my question would be, if you can't get to the piston, how do you add a TXV to it?
You can get to the.
That's only on the indoor coil.
That's on the indoor coil.
Okay, so you can get to one of them, but not the. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, there's no need to. There's no need to do anything on the outdoor units.
Right.
They already come pre-ready to do what they need to do, and it's just like how York and ADP do their stuff. You can take off the front panel, or hell, it's right there.
But isn't that Is that a train coil? An actual train coil?
I don't know. I mean, these. I'll tell you, the reason I like these things is because they remind me of the old TWEs that American Standard and Train had. I mean, it was just a one air handler, one multi-positional air handler. It ain't no stupid ass plastic air handler or nothing. Multi-positional coil. I mean, all you gotta do is flip it and you're ready to go.
Right.
You know, it don't take but a couple minutes to do what you need to do, and you can go on. You know, I mean.
So you can get pistons for it then.
Oh yeah, they're the little itty bitty pistons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was telling Zack, the air handlers come set up for 410 and 22. So
yeah, you just change the piston.
Yeah, the piston comes with the unit.
Right.
Or you take the piston out of the coil on the original and you put it in there. I mean, you're done. I mean, you know.
Well, I'm looking at them right now online.
Yeah.
There's been many train TXVs I would have loved to pull out and put the piston in, but I didn't know I could go to get a piston for Ameristar. It's the same piston.
Yeah. Now the furnaces, you know, they're made in the U.S. or Mexico or wherever Train makes their shit now. They're just unpainted furnaces. I mean, they have no writing on them or anything, but it's the same furnace. So.
They have a Ameristar sticker on them, though, right?
No sticker, no nothing.
You put the sticker on? Did they send
No,
a sticker?
they don't even come with a sticker.
Oh, what kind of furnace is that?
It's
awesome. How's that?
It's an awesome furnace, man.
Yeah, they don't have
like Maytag.
So you could put, I guess you could put whatever sticker you wanted on it, you know.
Now, back in the day, like you were saying, Curtis, back in the day, you could look at the Ameristar units and you could pretty much tell, yeah, that thing looks like a Train American Standard unit. But now that thing, you look at these American Standard or these Ameristar units now, and they look kind of like a Lennox unit or something. They don't even look like a Train deal.
No, but that's like I said. That's because they sold the line, I guess, to China or whatever. Right? But to compete with the market, they had to do something because, to be honest, I mean, they were just dying. I mean, honestly.
Now, Curtis,
Copeland scroll in them?
Yeah, they have Copeland scroll compressors in them.
Damn, that thing took a long boat ride from Mexico to China.
And they've got those little Ninja Blade fans on them.
So, do any of your customers ask where it's made, Curtis?
Yeah, I mean, I'm up front with them. I mean, I'll tell them straight up.
It's made in
I don't
China.
lie. Yeah, I don't lie to them. You know, I tell them exactly. You know, I got builder grade equipment. It's made in China. You know, I can give you a couple other options if you want. And they say, I don't care. I don't care where it comes from as long as it cools.
Man, I had a guy the other day. I fussed and fought with this guy. He wanted Goodman. He had to have Goodman because it was made in America. He didn't want ICP because, well, he won't Carrier.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go through the whole spiel, and it turned out in order to get 14 SEER on the Goodman, I had to have a 21-inch wide coil, and I didn't have room to put that coil. So he said, just do whatever you got to do. But he was pretty sure he didn't want anything made by Carrier because of him moving to Mexico. But then I had to tell him about every other manufacturer being made in Mexico.
Yeah.
That's publicity.
Yeah, that 3-minute video really screwed them up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I believe in made in America. Don't get me wrong. But the problem is, ain't nothing made in America no more.
Yep.
That's the problem. That's the problem. So
my kids were made in America.
other than human beings, goods a lot of goods come from overseas. So I mean, you can say what you want, you know. Knock on wood, I've not had a single problem with the ones that I put in.
Oh, I'm not going to condemn anybody for selling whatever. I'm just like messing with you, Curtis.
Oh, I know. Because it's I know why. Because it's a train, unit.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
It's a train unit.
It's a Ameristar. It dreams of being made in America.
It dreams about being made in America. And the funny thing is, I have a harder time dealing with customer service when if I got a warranty issue with an American Standard or Train than I do with Ameristar. It's so easy to deal with that. If I got a problem,
but you buy it from the same place, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Makes no sense.
Tell me about it. I tell me about it.
Train, the way they do their warranty stuff is ass backwards, and it makes me want to pull my hair out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Been there for a damn hour trying to deal with shit like that, man.
I know.
Hey, I'm definitely not a big fan of train warranty.
I mean the crap, what was I gonna say? Like I said, when I had to change a coil, a few weeks ago, I mean I had to go through a whole rigmarole, paperwork.
On the tag for your coil, does it say where it's made?
What for
your evaporator?
For what? The Ameristars?
Yeah.
I never pay attention, man.
Because I know on Carrier, right there on the tag, it says made in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mexico.
I'm sold. I like Ameristar. I'm gonna buy a couple of Ameristars.
Well, according to Curtis, they are pretty damn cheap.
Hey, I got a quote on one. They were cheap enough.
What was the price difference, Zach?
Let's see here. I was getting a quote for 3-ton condenser, not heat pump, just a condenser, and it would have been about $100 less than the Goodman quote that I got.
Really?
Yeah.
My ICP price is $100 less than my Goodman price.
Yeah, I ended up using ICP for that job.
When I told that guy the other day that wanted Goodman, I said, "Dude, it cost me more to get Goodman." What? yeah, because I've got a good thing going with ICP.
Now, can you still get a 14 wide furnace from ICP for an 80%er?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you can still get
It can't be a 3-ton drive though.
It can't. Okay.
No, their 3-ton stuff is. I may be wrong on that. Their 3-ton coils are 17-inch wide, but you can still get like a 40 and a 60. You can still get that 14-inch wide.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Curtis, what do you think about this? Duquesne even comes with a bottom. Do your units not have bottoms on them or something?
The furnaces don't.
Oh.
Yeah, the furnaces don't. And I don't know why, but hey, I told Luke, I says, add an effing piece of metal to the bottom, Luke. Quit being lazy.
Hey, I went to a house one time that didn't have that bottom to that unit in an attic. The upflow.
Oh.
It was the upflow.
Oh, man. Dang.
Didn't take too long for. Yeah.
Up on the ICP, you can't get the multi-position coil in a 3-ton, 14-inch wide.
Shit, that thing costs a lot more.
Well, see, because I'm looking at my stuff right now. I can't get it if like an upflow. I can't get a dedicated vertical in a 14-inch wide. But if I can get the multi-position, I can get a 14-inch wide.
Yeah, what's the price difference on it, Brent?
I'm looking at it right now.
See,
about $70 difference. $70 more expensive for the multi-position over
Man, screw that.
70.
That.
70.
$70.
I'd rather hang it
Oh
over
my
the
God,
edge.
$70.
I'd rather hang it over the
Hell,
edge.
I'd rather damn put $70 in than the fool for making the transition and all that. That'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ralph.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
your
there's an apartment complex going here over in Blacksburg. The guys are coming out of the guys that are doing the apartment are from all out of town. And Eric made a good point last night. He said that on the chat. He said that Train and American Standards, I guess what do you call them, their apartment units, you know, they come with the Ameristar and Train and American Standard stickers, and that is true. And every single unit out there is an Ameristar. Over 100 some units are Ameristars. Every last damn one of them. So,
Now, if I was doing apartments or something like that, I'd be doing Ameristars or whatever.
Now, see, they're good for little like rental units.
Yeah.
You know, and that's basically, you know, I use them for, I use them for contractor, you know, equipment and rentals. But I'll put, if somebody has the money, you can spend it, I'll try to push American Standard.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you sell American Standard too?
Mm-hmm. I'm not a dealer.
So you can just get 14 SEER.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, to be honest, even with the change, you know, you're not. What are you gaining? You're gaining. You're gaining
a whole
you're
lot.
gaining a half of an HSPF and half a SEER. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It all it did was increase the difficulty of doing our job.
Exactly.
It did.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I used 13 SEER today, believe it or not.
Really? You got
Yeah.
a hold of the 13 SEER?
Oh, yeah. I got two of them. I'm in the shop now. I got the other one I got to do on Tuesday.
You just can't register it, Zach.
Yeah.
No, it's a heat pump.
Okay. Heat pump. That's
Oh, no,
good.
shit, it's not a heat pump.
Oh.
How the hell did you manage that?
They still have them.
I had to kill a man.
Good.
I'm just kidding.
But I thought you could not put them in whatsoever, like a 13 SEER after like July 1st or June 1st or something.
You can put them in. You just cannot register them. If you register them, they'll catch you and they'll fine you.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'll tell you this, Ralph. You know how I know I can do it?
Well, 13 SEER heat pump is different though.
It's not a heat pump. It's a condenser.
Oh, how can you do it?
I can do it because even though I installed one today, which is July, whatever today is, 2nd,
You can backdate it.
and I'm installing one on Tuesday, the date will show as June 30th.
There you go. There you go. You got 60 days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The serial number is from 2014. I think I can make it work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, cause what's the difference in a condenser registered in a straight? Yeah, I mean, what's the difference in the 13 SEER? I mean, I don't.
Yeah, a 13 SEER heat pump is a 13 SEER AC.
No, what I'm saying is what's the difference in the registration? I mean.
We
it's
can't sell them anymore.
Can't sell them anymore.
I know that, but I'm talking about, you were saying if it's a heat pump, you know, if you register it, you're talking about not getting caught. But,
No. You can still sell heat pump 13 SEER. You just can't sell 13 SEER ACs. And that's why I was telling
I got you.
Don't register it because the manufacturers are going to be the one doing the detective work for the government. That's how they're going to catch us. Well, they're not going to catch me, but...
NorCal said, when it's hot out, Hillary gets bat wings. And John HVAC says, not funny, Dave.
And he's from California, too, so not everybody in California is doing it, John.
No.
Hillary gets bad wings.
So is John HVAC really a Hillary supporter? Is that what I'm seeing here?
He's laying on pretty thick.
Yeah, apparently. He must have drunk the Kool-Aid.
Well, good for him. I don't want to get into politics, but let's just say good for him.
So there is one in every group.
We'll say it this way. I really respect him putting up that belief in a group full of us who obviously believe the exact opposite of that.
Yes, he's got some balls, because I damn sure wouldn't do that, because, yeah, no way.
More power to him. We salute him. We salute you, John HVAC. Whoever hacked your account and made this happen.
Yeah. Even though you are wrong.
See?
But that's okay. That's okay.
See how he says that? We salute you and we think you're brave, although misinformed and wrong. But brave. Good old John HVAC. Haven't seen any reviews from him in a while, unless I missed it.
Is John HVAC the same as John M?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy his little tool reviews.
Yeah, he's good. He does that very well.
Yeah, he does. He found his niche.
How many subscribers did he used to have?
Oh, John?
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't know. He changed account, so I don't know what he had.
Oh, he changed it? Okay.
Well, he used to be under a different account, then he switched. I'm not sure how many subscribers he had.
Well, he just lost one.
Oh, man.
Oh, boo, Curtis.
Just kidding, John.
Yeah,
really.
Long.
Nah, I'll keep him around. Comedy relief. He says, thanks, guys.
He should have more subs. Now, he's pretty good. He should have a lot of subs. Because he does a good job. When he reviews tools, because he reviews all sorts of random stuff. He reviewed those, I don't know what, iSwiss or iWis Chinese tools. He even bought some of those and reviewed them. He reviewed the Testo probes. I think he sprayed them with water, and those his own probes.
Hey, he's a better man than I am.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get that thing near an ounce of just a drop of water.
Dude, you sprayed your Sporlins like they were on fire.
Well, that's because they could take it. They could take the heat.
Hey, the Testos can too, but they just blow up sometimes.
Yeah, they blow up afterwards.
I sprayed my manifold.
Spray the eye manifold. Look at that. If you're gonna spray the eye manifold, that's like blowing up your first car. You know what I'm saying?
There's
What?
where I sprayed it down.
That's another one that drunk the Kool-Aid. I can't believe. I mean, I understand it's a good tool, but I mean, I can't see shelling out that kind of money for a manifold.
What do you think about that, Brett?
That's what makes that's what put food on your table. You don't invest in your tools, and you
Hey,
this service, brother.
hey, I gotta admit, I do have the iConnect, and it stays in the cab of my truck.
Yeah, because that thing's like, I mean, it's like, you could buy a good used car with that kind of money, or put a down payment on a house.
Hey, yeah, you can.
But see,
Yeah, Zach.
problem.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah.
That's the problem. Is everybody's complaining about the price on it, so Testo comes out with some cheap shit.
Yep, I gotta agree with Brent.
And it blows up, and everybody's complaining now that their cheap shit's blowing up. So
Not everybody is saying that the Testos are cheap, though. I mean, some people are having success with them, and they're using them, they're being rugged with them. Joe with my heating guy, my brother-in-law's got a set. I mean, he loves them. I mean, he's a service tech. What do you call it? He's using them 5, 6, 7 times a day. And he's had no connection issues. He's had them for 2 months.
2 months. 2 months. That's not that long. That doesn't have.
I know it's not that long, Brent, but still, I mean, it's the principle of the matter. He's using them every day. That's his main gauge set he goes with.
Brother,
So,
I hope he's got a backup.
the iConnect is my main gauge set. It sits in my Vito MC every day, and I use it on every single call. It's been 2 years nonstop.
And I can vouch for that too.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're using it every day, and I know it's 2 years is longer than 2 months, but I'm saying that's a good review for a tool that's been getting a bad rap. If you're using it every day, 6 to 7 calls a day, you know, you're being rugged with it. He don't even keep it in his case. He keeps it in his tool pouch or tool bag when he goes to a call. So I mean, it's not even in the case, and it's still working. You know, that says a lot. I mean, for the rigidity of the tool itself. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's going on with these guys that have had problems, but you know, I'm sorry, he ain't had a lick of problems with them.
And you know, I was hopeful that the Testos would hold up, but you know, I'm a firm believer in you kind of get what you pay for, man. You gotta invest in some quality, and they can't.
And that's true. That's true.
They can't put the quality sensors that we need in for whatever $200 or whatever they're doing. I don't know. I can't imagine they can, but maybe they figured it out. But
you can't.
Been out for so long.
Hey, I tell you what happened. I tell you what it was. What the other people in the market before they come out had a lot of research and development involved in their tools. Like Sporland was $650, and they were the second one besides the iConnect, and then the Manitooth. And so Testo kind of stole all those ideas, and they didn't have the research and development, and they put that stuff in a cheap package. I agree. I mean, I think it's just a cheap tool. I mean,
it is, but for how can I say this without offending anybody?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Just say it.
Not everybody has $1,000 to spend.
No, I agree with you.
On the iManifold, and that's
but you know what though? Before I would pay $220 for the Testo probes, I would buy the 550 because that is a tested product.
And I'm the same way. I would rather spend, you know, $70-$80 to get the Z manifold set up, and then spend, you know, $200-$300 on a set of digitals like I got now, you know, to use as my main gauge set for my digitals, and you know, using the Z manifold just for little quick calls. I mean, I wouldn't spend, you know, the money on the Testo probes, but hey.
Somebody sent me an email the other day asking about buying a Testo probes, and I told them, look, buy the 550s. Just buy the 550s, and you'll be a lot happier with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to have the wireless probes. It really is.
But I wonder with the 550s, they've come down substantially in price since they were even 3 years ago. Now, has the quality suffered, or just the technology gotten better and gotten cheaper?
I don't know because I'm still using mine.
Well, even the S-Mans, they're still, you know, $350, $400 for just, you know, the 360. You know,
yep.
I don't think it's a drop in technology price, because I bought mine 2 years ago and they're still at the same price.
Yeah, see, Testo you could kind of count on. You used to be able to count on Testo for being as a kind of like a lab quality instrument, but you would pay for that money too, but they weren't always known as being the most durable. But now they're getting cheap, and I just want to know what happened to their quality. If their quality is still gonna remain the same.
Well, look at the micron gauge. You tried the micron gauge, right, Brent?
Yeah, that thing was a piece of crap.
Oh, it's a piece of shit. Their leak detector is a piece of shit. Yeah, I still have the tester model in behind my seat from 2 years ago that they let me test out. Yep. I still hadn't sent it back. I need to send it to them. They probably won't even.
Forgot about it now, Ralph.
They probably have, but I haven't used it.
What, have you not used it because it's not good, or just because you have something better?
Oh, it was. Hey, I couldn't even walk in the room with that sucker without it going off. There was no way to. Go ahead, Brent.
way too sensitive, and
Yeah,
you couldn't adjust it.
No, you can't adjust it. It's just, and I told them, I said, dude, you can't adjust it. And they come off with some something a manufacturer would say about it, but it's a piece of junk.
So it looks like Testo has like two different areas. They have like this cheaper area of products, the Chinese ones, and the more expensive ones like the 570. It's almost like they have two different groups of products now.
But I don't understand. Maybe you guys can tell me why somebody would want to buy the 570s.
Maybe it would have been more appealing years back whenever they were like leading the way with some of the stuff that the iConnect does now.
Exactly. That's actually exactly right. Because back in the day, man, the 550s were the Mac Daddy. It gave you could print it out with the printer.
Right, the 570s.
But now, the 570s. But now they're just left behind, and they're still costing an arm and a leg. And I don't see why.
People are buying them for the micron gauge. I was at Johnstone the other day, and it was a young kid, wanting to buy it because they had a micron gauge on it. And I told him, don't buy that, man. Do not buy it for that. This is how you need to pull your vacuums. So he bought a micron gauge.
See, that's how I was when I bought my digital set. I says, hell, it's two birds with one stone. But after about 5 or 6 vacuums, I couldn't reliably trust the micron gauge on the gauge set.
Right.
So I went out and bought another micron gauge and started pulling my vacuums straight through. Instead of using the gauge set as going through there.
Which gauge do you have, Curtis?
I've got the S-Man 360s.
Which micron gauge?
Oh, JB DV41, I think.
Is that the square one or like the big oval one?
No, that's the. I don't know. It's the. It comes in a little case. It's got the little wire curly thing, and you can hook.
Okay.
It's a nice micron gauge. I mean.
Oh, the blue one? Is it blue?
That's black.
Oh, it's black.
Yeah. The blue one you're thinking of, Ralph, is the yellow jacket.
Oh yeah.
And it's a good micron gauge. I mean, I'm very pleased with it.
I bought the field piece and I like it. The standalone field piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one right now.
The one I really liked was the CPS. I really liked that one.
That one looks like that blue vac one, except it's black and yellow, right?
Yeah, it's primarily yellow, but I really like that one.
No,
the reason.
Which one, Ralph? There's one that's a CPS branded, but it actually is a blue vac.
I had it like 4 years ago. And then
just have a big display with numbers on it. No real special thing with it. Round.
No, it was just round. I can't remember all the particulars on it, but I really did like that micron gauge.
I think that's the one they had before they licensed the blue vac.
Right.
I like the one I got because you can, hook it up there down at the condenser, and you can hang it up, and you don't have to lean down and look at it. You just kind of.
Hey, I just set the alarm button on it. I don't ever have to look down, but it's cool to watch it, because it starts off at 9,000 and see how fast it goes down.
Yeah.
I've never set the alarm.
I got 2 blue vacs right now that are broken. That's the main drawback on the blue vac is they'll break. They're not real sturdy. Where the female connection comes out of the bottom of it, it gets separated from the housing, and then it becomes crap after that.
That's really.
That's fun.
Wow.
A lot of people love those.
They're the most accurate. Well, it's seeming to be the most accurate micron gauge out there, and they're pretty awesome. But I broke 2 of them, and now I'm using the fill piece, and I like it pretty nice. But I'd like to go back to my blue vac.
The thing I have a problem with the field piece, and maybe it's just me, but when I've cleaned it twice, and then trying to get the damn gasket back in there.
Yeah, that was a pain.
Yeah. You unscrew it and then you try to stick everything back in there, and it's just like that gasket keeps rising up. You keep pushing it down.
Yeah,
so that's the only problem I have with it.
Well, I recently just changed the gasket in mine because it was looking pretty rough, but I didn't have a problem with it. I don't remember having a problem with it.
Yeah.
We did it wrong.
Yeah, we must be getting it wrong.
What do you guys gonna think about the new Testo electrical meters?
They're probably going to be like the damn smart probes.
Well, that for the price point of $200 or less, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I don't know, because my field piece I use all the time, it's under $200.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I love my field piece meter. I mean, that's my go-to meter.
I never got into I've always just used like the SC76, and that's really all I need.
I tell you, I got the Fluke 902, and then I went to the SC57 and the swivel head. Then I got the Redfish meter that hooks onto the iConnect, and I've used it. I used it for 3 or 4 months straight. It stayed in my bag. Used it every day, and I just didn't like it. I went back to the field piece.
You know, it seems like the Redfish. It just seems like it was just a cheap meter, and they could have got somebody like Fluke to be involved in that.
It's the first thing that the iConnect has came out with that I haven't that's been associated with the iConnect or iManifold that I haven't really loved. I haven't really fallen in love with it.
Right. But it was the same. It was on the same platform though, so it was easy to make the connection.
Exactly, but it definitely needs some tweaking. I think maybe the second or third version of that meter will be awesome, but it's definitely got a ways to go.
What don't you like about it, Brent?
Well, just first thing you gotta when you turn it on, you put it to voltage. The damn thing comes up in DC voltage, so you gotta push the button and turn it to AC voltage. So that gets old after a while. I'm very partial to an amp clamp style meter that's got the
yeah.
I like it too.
And this one doesn't, so you got to plug in your leads to check the amp draw, and then just checking capacitors and different things like that. You got to go through. You got to swap it here, and you got to push about the function thing about 10 times to get to the capacitance, and just different things like that.
That meter seems like it was made more for electronics technician. It was a HVAC guy.
Well, that's exactly what the guy from Redfish says. He says it was designed for that, and it's kind of adapted to the HVAC. And I blew the fuse on mine. I had it set to amps, and I checked voltage on accident, and I already blew the fuse in that side of it. So, it doesn't have any protection for that, and that's another reason that kind of bummed me out on that.
Well, that's why it's in beta test.
No, it's for sale.
Oh, it's for sale. Well, screw that.
Ralph.
Screw that.
I'm not buying it.
Well, maybe they'll come out one with a clamp now that they're trying to build something dedicated for HVAC.
I certainly hope so. That'll make it 100 times better.
And one that works in tandem with the iConnect. I mean, if you're spending that kind of money on a set of gauges and they're trying to make something to work with that technology, it needs to be something a little bit more better than what they put out. I mean,
yeah, that could be a thorn in their side.
Yeah, that is a bummer because it was a long time that was discussed, I guess, coming out with this, making the electrical part of it easier. So they came out with something and it kind of sucks that it kind of fell short a little bit. But there could be new ones coming out.
Oh yeah, it's room for improvement. It'll get there.
Oh sure, yeah.
I know Jim's in charge of it. Jim will make it right.
Yeah, he will. Hey, Jim's a good guy. I don't care what.
Great dude.
I don't care what anybody says about him. Now I don't know anybody that says anything bad about Jim.
I'm about to say every single person likes Jim.
Yeah, he's a likable guy.
especially when you're getting free stuff.
Hey, I don't get nothing free from Jim.
Tell you what, man, he's a very knowledgeable guy, and he will take the time to sit down with anyone.
He will call. Yeah, I've talked to him. I've been on the job and called Jim before. He's and after all that shit I gave him in the very beginning, he still took the time to talk to me.
Yeah, I like old Jim.
Yeah, he's a stand-up guy.
I guess
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, only thing I was going to say is that I guess as long as your last name's not Raridan.
Yeah, he just kind of seems to go where the wind takes him.
He was in the chat earlier.
Was he?
Yeah, he was here. He never came. I wanted to come on the actual video. It's made a noise. Oh.
Oh. So, what do y'all think about that knockout tool that I did a video on the other day?
Why don't you have one with threads?
What are you talking about? Oh. Oh.
I'm busting your chops.
Oh. You know, we talked about it, Zach. I stripped a damn puller out before, the threads.
Right on. 2.
Yeah, I've done 1, and every time I crank down on the one I have now, I'm always like, man, I hope this don't freaking strip out. Because if I'm using a puller, it's for a reason.
So
Really?
is that
Really?
is that? Go ahead.
2 of them out?
Do what?
I said you stripped 2 of them out, really?
I stripped 1 out, and I have one of them. I put it farther than it wanted to go, and I destroyed it. But the second one, it kind of started stripping out. I had to back it off. So I mean, you know, I'd use Ralph's tool, I guess, if it's any better.
My tool's always the best.
Right on, Ralph.
Hey.
Well, that tool you were using, is that a can you buy that now, or is it you just testing it? Okay.
Yeah, you can go to their website. They've had it out for like 2 years.
Wow.
But you can go to their website and get it. It's like $89.
Yeah, that looked pretty sweet.
Yeah, I liked it. As soon as when I saw it, I was like, man, I gotta have that sucker.
I like to test one out too, and then decide to buy it. Like whenever I hit it 3 times and nothing happens, and I throw it down on the ground and say shit, and then I don't have to buy it, or it just falls right out and say Ralph was right.
No, they're gonna they sent me an email. They're gonna put hex heads on those little bolts.
Well, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Because well, you said you use your service tool to tighten them up, and I'm like, well, hell, I can't get this service tool in there in between the blade and that thing, and the blower wheel.
No, it's kind of a cool product.
Yeah. So I thought it was. That's why I was like, hey, I got to do a video on it.
You know, I haven't had that much problems. I have one of the pullers that's got threaded rod on it, and I've used it maybe twice. But I really I haven't stripped it out. I haven't had a whole lot of problems with it. So I've never even thought about something different besides that. But you know, I guess
every once in a while you come across one and you just cannot get off. And I've had 2 where I've had to drill the shaft out, and then heat it up, and then use a puller.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
It happens. I had one that was pretty tough. I forget the one I destroyed the puller on. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago when I destroyed that first one. And I went forever without having one, and then one day I decided, well, let me get another one.
Well, most of the time you don't need one. I mean,
No, you don't.
You clean the shaft, you spray your junk on there, kind of try to wiggle it off. Most of the time they come off.
Yeah.
Every now and then you get a real bastard.
Yeah, I had one on a 23-year-old Goodman the other day. It was a son of a bitch to get off.
Now, that spray lube that you were using the other day, or on that last video, Ralph.
That Aerocrawl?
Yeah, where can you get that at?
I think Home Depot actually sells it, but I bought mine at Supply House.
Okay.
That stuff's good stuff.
Because I use that PB Blaster.
Yeah.
I've never seen that around, but I'll check Home Depot for it.
The Aerocrawl, it's expensive though.
Okay, NorCal asked a question here. I like this question. He says, what price would you pay for the iConnect? If it came down a little bit, what would be the price point that would make it worth it?
Yeah. How much? 700?
700 for like all the stuff?
For the base plus like maybe 1 or 2 additional things that are used a lot with it.
Maybe like the 2 pressure probes and the iConnect itself?
Yeah.
That's
How much does it cost anyway? It costs like $800.
Well, the iConnect is $500. The box.
Let's go to True Tech Tools and look at it right now.
$500. I bought an iConnect for $320.
Was it $320? Well, I don't know. All I know is I paid $16.80 for the whole setup.
Didn't you get ran it over?
Do what?
Didn't you get one and ran it over?
No, that was John Israel's. He brought it with him. he brought it with him when he came to see me.
No, Ralph shot his phone. John ran it over.
No, I ran the damn the boxes over.
Oh.
But John was here.
He went to a black party. That's kind of funny, Justin.
Black party.
That's racist.
Block.
I know, that's just funny the first time. Redo the comment. Can't take it back now, it's on the chat.
Yeah.
I might have to block that, Justin.
Racist.
He needs to come on here, too.
Who, Justin?
Yeah. He's part of the HVAC community committee.
He likes inverters.
Inverters. Oh shit, we're not going to talk about inverters now, are we?
Why not? We talked about politics.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'd rather talk about inverters than politics. Oh, shit, that's a black hole.
Yes, it is.
That's what she said.
I went to a block party. Okay. Is that like with an Irish accent? I went to a block party. Everyone does not have the money for the iConnect. Yeah, but that does not give them the right to knock the tool.
Well, it all goes back to it all goes back to being a mechanic. You ever went into get your car worked on and saw the big old Snap-on box with all those full of tools?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Well, I don't have any problem with the iConnect price. Like, I bought the iConnect for the price originally, and I sold it for an unrelated reason, but I don't know. It's really nice. So
it is a good tool.
I mean, you can't sell it for, Brent, you probably know more about it than anybody else. I mean, the stuff they put in there costs more than the other stuff, so they have to sell it for more.
Brent's still looking up the price.
No, I got it pulled up. The price for it's the kit. It's got the iConnect base, two pressure probes, two airflow probes, one repeater, and then the pipe sensors. You're looking at $1,600.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I mean.
But look. I look at it this way. Like I say, this how much do you pay for your truck? Or how much do you pay for other things? I don't how much do you pay for your TV or whatever else? It's all relative on how much you use it. I use this iConnect every day, every call, and this is how I make my money. So I want to be able to do the best job possible for every customer I come across. Now, yes, when you go across a mobile home unit with a 30-year-old unit or a 30-year-old unit, I don't need to do reporting and airflow and whatever not. But I have that technology in my possession to do that possibly.
Now, do you use it on those calls too, Brent?
I use it for pressure, for checking the charge and whatnot.
Superheat and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, superheat subcooling, and then to add refrigerant. Yeah, I use it for that, absolutely.
Okay, so it costs around $1,600, $1,700
for everything.
For everything. Now, what's a great gauge, just a basic gauge that you would really trust? High quality gauge. It's not the iConnect.
Well, yeah, I trust the 550s.
550 or your Sporlan, right?
The Smart Tool, yeah.
All right, your Sporlan starts out at what, $350 now?
It is $350 now.
So if you have that, no, you're not going to have air probes that are wireless because I don't know of anything like that that's readily available. So I don't know how you're going to add up the different costs, but if you had a Sporlan and you had just very, very good temperature humidity probe that you're just sticking in ductwork, I mean, they're going to be, $300 probably at least. So you're at
So-
650 already, and nothing's got the range.
Yeah, but the problem, but you're gonna have to keep walking into the house.
The
No,
range.
that's what I'm saying. You're spending less, and you're getting a lot less.
Right.
It's like not putting. You can't compare them
Well-
together.
Well, let's go back to that research and development stuff. Y'all know how much it costs? Like Sportland, I know it cost them $40,000 just to make the app. That's why it took so long for the Android app to come out, because they wanted to see if they were going to sell enough of them to justify the cost of the app. So just the 2 apps for $80,000. Then you have the research and development on the tool itself. Look how much money the iConnect, how much went into it. And they had their programmers working every day on that thing.
I can tell you that I talked to Jim. Jim gave me a number on how much they put into it, invested into that, and it was I don't know if he wants me to say it or not, but it was it was a lot of money.
Right. They got to recover that money. I mean, and then you have to make a profit. And then here we're talking about, we go do these calls every day, and we're putting in a $6 run cap, and guys are charging $325 for that $6 run cap. How do you justify that?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it all comes down to, like you were saying, Brent, the iConnect or iManifold. I mean, it's a well-built tool, and it's what do you want to spend your money on? If you feel like you need that, then that's what you do. But
Yeah, I tell you, man, I don't live high on the hog. I will tell you, Jim gave me the iManifold and stuff for free to beta test it. But I went out and bought an extra iManifold for myself because I like it so much. So I bought an additional iManifold myself because I enjoyed it so much. I actually wanted 2 of them. So, and I don't live high on the hog, man. Me and my wife, we share one vehicle, and I have I got my work van, but that's my work van. But we got one vehicle, and we live in a little small 3-bedroom house. But I want to invest in my tools and invest in my career, so maybe one day I can have a little bit more nicer things. And I know if I invest in tools, that's investing in my career, and that's investing in my future,
And I get that, but like I said, what's his face? Ralph said that he likes the Testo 550s. We were talking about air probes. I've got the 360s. I love those. They're my. I invested money in one digital set, and that's what I've done. And then Zack did a video where he was using the field piece manometer, to test a static pressure. And I saw Chuck doing it, and I think I paid like $100 for that, for the whole setup. So for less than $500, I've got everything I need to do what I got to do. And I run some service, but I'm doing more install than I am service right now. So
I will tell you this, Curtis. If you're thinking about buying the dang field piece JL2 little thing that makes the field piece gauges wireless, makes it connect to the SDP2 induct manometer or induct temperature probes and stuff, don't do it. It ain't worth it.
I'm not doing anything wireless. The way I got it set up now is perfect. I like I got for what I do, it works fine for me.
So,
Is it wireless?
Yeah.
Curtis, is that one wireless?
Which one?
The 360?
No, the 360, the 460 is wireless. The 360 is not. I like the 360 because in the earlier videos where y'all had the old S-Mans out, y'all had to switch it to read different things. With the 360, it's all it's all on one screen. If I had to switch through different screens to see, what I wanted, I wouldn't have bought it anyway. That's the only reason I bought it, was because everything is right there in real time.
Yeah, let me tell you a little story about that, Curtis. Okay, so I used to do a lot with Fieldpiece. I actually was real tight with Fieldpiece for a long time, and me and their product development manager, we used to email back and forth all the time. And I sat down one night with my wife, and I sketched a digital gauge set of kind of what I wanted, what I thought would be an improvement on what they had, and I sent it to them. And I said, hey, man, this would be kind of what I would like, but I'd like it to be wireless, this and that, and everything else. They took, I don't know, but in a few months after that, they came out with the new 360s and 460s. I'm not saying I designed it. I'm not saying I did any of that, but I'd like to think that maybe some of my input went into that. Hopefully.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it probably did if you were, emailing, the guy and everything like that right there. But I'll be honest, if you did, kudos to you, because I like the setup.
Well,
that's what.
I took the idea from the I don't know if you ever heard of, from the Digicool AK900.
Yeah.
Those are a whole set of gauges. Those are my backup to the iManifold, the Digicools. They're a sweet set, and that's where I got the idea. And so I kind of transferred some of that over to the Fieldpiece and changed it over a little bit in my picture that I sent them.
Hernandez is referring to them as Fisher Price gauges.
I ain't been looking at the chat.
I like Justin.
I do too. That youngster's funny.
He is. I didn't get into the S-Mans because I thought they were just too big.
They were. I had a set of S-Mans. They leaked out the front of them.
Yeah, Curtis, if you ever get to caress the 550s, and you'll throw those S-Mans away in a heartbeat.
I'll be honest with you. I like another reason I like them is because the port where you put the clamps in.
Right.
So you can put just about any clamp in it.
Well,
even if you lose, if something happens to your other one. Yeah, the K-type. Yeah.
Now, a K-type thermocouple is subject to outside interference and stuff a lot more. Would be a lot more than like the 550 probes or what they call thermistors, and what's on the S-Bands are thermocouples. Now, let's say with the new inverter drives and things like that, you're going to get a lot of back EMF and things like that from the unit itself, so that has the potential to throw off the temperatures reading on the K-type thermocouple. I am not a fan of K-type thermocouples at all.
Hey, for this chat's over, Curtis is going to be buying. He's going to be on True Tech Tools buying Testo 550s.
No.
I'll put the link in there for you, Curtis.
He had one earlier, $279.
Curtis, I'll put in there an iConnect body with one probe just to get you started.
Look at your phones.
You can do your superheat.
Nah, I like the S-Mans.
Curtis has got the Burt Reynolds pose going on the couch over there.
He's just missing the black hair.
Oh, God.
And the cowboy
Cool
hat.
Yeah, that's a cool hat.
And Lonnie Anderson.
Yeah.
Sally Field.
All right, fellas. Well, it's midnight, so I believe I'm out of here.
Yep. The pumpkin's leaving.
Yep.
Your boy.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good evening, fellas.
All right, man.
Take care, buddy. Yep, it's getting late, guys. Getting late. 29 people are watching. We're all gonna go to bed.
But it's because of y'all I got a set of digitals.
Hey, we appreciate that.
I mean, serious.
He's talking to me, Ralph.
Oh, okay.
Y'all, you are the reason why I've spent thousands of dollars. I'll repeat that. Thousands of dollars.
Man, you were listening to the wrong people.
On tools. Every time I come to my wife, I watch a video. I go to my wife and she says, "Okay, what did they tell you need to buy now?" You know.
Hey, but you got a free set of barbecue tools.
Yeah, I know.
Do y'all still use them?
Every now and then.
Yeah, I like those things, man.
Yeah, they're nice. I mean, they
Tammy
really
didn't
are.
like them very much. She didn't, you know. What the hell is this?
What the hell is what?
The Klein, with the Klein handles on them.
Where'd you get those things?
I got mine from CC Dixon, I believe.
Oh, well, they're gone now.
No, Linux. I got them from Linux.
Oh, I definitely don't know.
They were pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
Well, someone created another account and called it Jim Puke.
Oh, did y'all happen to see earlier in the chat about the guy that said he's not your average, it's not your average kid, it was not your average fag.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry, I threw him out.
Good.
Y'all can say goodbye to Jim Puke too. He's gone too. Bye, Jim. See you later. Take it easy. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Good day.
You know, to make fun of a 11 or 12-year-old kid, that's pretty bad.
That's old Fritz was really going after him, or whatever his name is, whatever. Fritz and who's the other guy? Somebody called him something. Anyway, it was kind of bad. I had a little bit of fun with him. Asked him who his favorite Power Ranger was, but that's more from disbelief and thinking someone actually wanted to watch us that was 12.
Yeah.
That was good humor. The other stuff was just.
It turned dark.
Yeah, all the humor turned dark. That was good humor. The other stuff was dark humor.
That's so bad. But I don't know, he's gone. He said he was fixing his computer or something. I saw something where he wrote his computer was not working. I don't know if that's just because he doesn't want to come on or what. But he's welcome to. It's just kind of strange that he wants to, that's all. It kind of blows my mind.
I wasn't interested in air conditioning at 11 years old.
Shit, no. That's what I told him, man. I said, this is like a punishment. Like, you do something bad, they're making you watch us?
Oh.
Like, hey, did you see the thing with Mike's subscribers?
Yeah, I didn't lose any, fortunately.
I didn't lose any either, but Steve was giving him hell by the subscribers. Oh my god. It's funny. I looked up about a subscriber thing, and they said, yes, YouTube does go through periodically and delete, like, dead folks' accounts.
Oh, okay.
And bot accounts, which were accounts set up where you purchase subscribers, which is funny because that's what Steve was saying as a joke. Said, you buy your subscribers? I didn't know you could buy subscribers.
I didn't know that's what he was. I was kind of trying to figure out what he was talking about last night about his subscribers.
Yeah, there's companies out there that actually you can buy buy views.
I wish I had my messages up because I had a message sent to me. It went to the spam folder about buying like 3,000 views for each video right off the bat or something like that.
Yeah. I get those every once in a while.
They always put a good-looking woman on those messages. It's always like an attractive woman, and this message, I can get you 3,000 views, and you're like, okay, that sounds great.
You know how you get 3,000 views all at one time?
What's that? Oh.
Put women's cleavage on the thumbnail.
I told you that.
I know. I keep trying to get Tammy to do it, but she won't do it.
I told you, if you want to get views, you got to name your video "Two Girls Kissing."
Uh-huh.
You can change the run capacity.
I didn't see that video, but my wife told me about it. She said it was absolutely disgusting.
Oh yeah. It was. We had Steve Labb watch that video one night, and he watched it with a straight face.
No.
Remember that, Zach?
Yeah, I remember that. You fuckers made me watch that. And I had to sit here and watch that video, and I went into about 10 seconds, and I thought I was going to blow my fucking lunch on the table. It was disgusting. Curtis, you seen that video too?
No, my wife looked at it. She said it was disgusting.
It was horrible. It
was pretty bad.
Ralph watched it 17 times in a row.
I did not. I was trying to figure out if it was real or fake.
He was actually eating ice cream while he watched it. That's so bad.
God.
That was so horrible. I like watching Steve's face. It was pretty good. He's sitting there like... You know, it was pretty good.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh. Did we actually mention the name of the video? 2 Girls, 1 Cup. 2 Girls, 1 Cup. You want to Google it if you want to gack up your shit.
Don't watch it, fellas, please.
Yeah, don't watch it.
The music will be ingrained in your brain for the rest of your life.
That's so horrible. You know, I was watching that video, and it's like, oh, this is just... I've seen videos like this before, and all of a sudden, it started to happen. I was like... You know, I couldn't get away from it. It was like slow motion. I was turning to dive out of the way of the computer, and it was gone. You guys tried to do this too, with that chick with the tampon. I didn't watch that one.
Oh, did you watch that one?
No, I did not watch that one because I knew it was a trick.
Hey, I couldn't watch that whole one. I quit. She said that video ruined her life.
No.
You think?
Yeah.
I wanted to win an Academy Award, but I just barely missed it. That was horrible.
It was awful.
Man.
I'll ask Tammy. Have you ever see 2 Girls, 1 Cup? She said no. She had never seen it neither.
Hey, we got more viewers now. We got 35 viewers. I guess they want to hear more about this. It's kind of funny. We're not talking about it. Crazy. Holy hell. Wow, that internet shit's crazy. Ralph's the one who finds this stuff for us. He gets us to watch it. I think you take joy in seeing our faces. Watch that.
Well, yeah.
It was, but it was pretty good. I watching Steve watch it. That was pretty entertaining. That was better, a lot better than watching the fucking movie itself. But it was pretty good.
Yeah. Misery loves company. That's why I wanted you guys to watch it.
Yeah, that's about right.
Just to watch your face.
That's pretty good.
If you want a good laugh, go just Google it on YouTube and watch the reaction videos.
Oh, that's right. I was about to say you can't watch it on YouTube.
No,
yeah.
you can watch the reaction videos.
Does Ralph star in those vids?
Justin, respect my marriage. Oh, that's an HVAC community committee joke.
Yes, it is.
Does Ralph star in those videos? That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
That's the disturbing part. We saw Ralph.
You should hear him at the supply house talking about my little building out back.
What do they say?
Wanting to know what it's for. Because they know about the videos.
Was there a Steve Labb and Fritz sex tape? That's a question from NorCal. And then Fritz comes on with a question mark. Pretty good.
Yeah, they're talking about how much they love Mama.
Oh my God. That might be more disturbing than the other video. People just jump off a cliff after they watch it because they can't stand to live any longer. Oh my gosh. Fritz Rochester Pro says Eddie, I, and Ray. Well, you know it's not Fritz now, don't you? Holy hell.
Eddie and Ray. God almighty. It's after midnight. The kids have gone to bed, so now the conversation's going.
HVAC after dark.
God.
It's getting hairy. It's called mangina. Oh, God. So they need to find a way to... I wanted to find a way to put the chat on the final video so people can read it while the video is playing after they watched it like the next day. I got to do that because the chat is one of the best parts about this.
Of course. That's why I like being on here.
Yeah, just reading it. I always know I should look over the chat when I hear Curtis laugh. I know I'll go check the chat because something funny has happened. And usually it's something pretty good. Man. So nobody's working tomorrow, though, right?
Nope.
Shit, no.
Yeah.
I ain't working. My ass ain't leaving the house till Tuesday.
I gotta go gas that guy up in the morning that I'm making wait.
Oh, you are working tomorrow.
Just for a minute.
Just
enough to put 135 pounds of pressure in his unit.
Oh, he's 410A.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah. I'll set it superheat about 25 degrees and go on because I know it's going to be nice and warm up there.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no problem with that with the big leakers.
Nah. No, because by the time I leave, it'll be at 30.
Yeah. That's bad. Oh, man.
If you're reading this, thumbs down this video.
Oh, that wily Justin Hernandez. Ralph produced Boogie Nights.
I wish.
It's Dirk Diggler, buddy. Hey, that's... Ralph's going to get with Roller Girl. That's Heather Graham, right? Yeah. It's starting to die down. It's about time to go to bed.
Yeah, Zach's chats don't last as long.
I know. I'm cutting that shit off, man, because I'm going to go to sleep. I give it to like 12:30. That gives us about 10 more minutes, and I'm going to cut it off. Go inside and watch my program.
How many of y'all's wives watch Investigative Discovery?
Never heard of
the
it.
killer shows.
Oh, what's that one? A&E things?
No, it's a channel.
It's a whole channel devoted to nothing but murders.
My sister does.
Tammy watches them. She falls asleep with that thing going every night.
My brother-in-law says he thinks she's watching it to get ideas how to get rid of him.
That's what I say too.
That's kind of funny. My mother-in-law likes to watch. It's funny because she came over to visit. She only watches shows on TV, and I walk in, and it's like a show of a doctor performing surgery. I don't know what channel that is, but I'm like, why would you want to watch that? Ever?
It's like the Discovery Channel or something like that, Learning Channel.
Something like that, and I just don't know why you want to watch that. I mean, it's why? Every time that or the First 48, she loves that show.
If she wants to see what the insides of something looks like, tell her to come deer hunting with me.
And there's plenty of deer. She's probably seen that because her son's a big deer hunter. Hey, behind my house is a shed with a deer cleaning area attached to it. North Kakalaka. Justin Hernandez says, watch Shark Week. Watch Sharknado. It's a pretty good movie.
Or were those any? I heard a lot of things about those. There's a cult following those. Are those good? Are those funny movies?
I think it's one of the things where it's so bad, people enjoy watching it. You know, because it's a tornado made out of sharks. I mean, come on. You got to see it just to see that someone actually thought it was movie worthy. And there might be a couple people out there that are like, that could happen. If there's a tornado next to the ocean, you could get a couple sharks caught up in there or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rule it out.
That's
I've never
hilarious.
seen it. Have you watched it?
No.
Sharknado.
No. But they said that Sharknado 3 was good. So.
There's more than one of them?
Yeah, there's 3.
How can you wrap that whole premise up in one movie?
It not just happened once, it happened 3 times.
Well, I just, guys, I was just on my phone, and I just brought up, like, the weather to see what it was going to be like. And here's what it says. I didn't realize this, but next Wednesday is 95, Thursday's 97, 99 on Friday, 97, 100, and 95.
Yeah, it's pretty close to up here for next week.
Wow, I didn't know it was going to be that hot.
Yeah. What are we going to be in the hundreds all week, I believe?
Hundreds?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good God.
I know.
Curtis is up in the mountains, man. You do a little bit cooler up there?
We'll get in the 90s this week. I mean, we get hot, but what kills us is the humidity, man.
Yeah, our humidity's bad.
Good Lord.
Zach knows all about the humidity, too.
Yeah, I've been keeping real close. Every time I do, like, I charge a unit here the last few days, I have the little meter outside that does humidity at the same time. It's always like 70%. It's always horrible.
Jesus, man, yeah.
90.
Yeah. And that's what causes it to rain a lot, Yeah,
Yeah,
we ain't got it. We hadn't had rain here in a while. We need it.
Well, we always get these, during the summertime, we get these badass thunderstorms that appear out of nowhere. It's like we're always sitting there, and then the breeze or whatever comes off the ocean, and these big thunderstorms come up, so it'll rain like 2 inches in like 3 seconds. And then, like, it'll be sunny for the rest of the day, but your whole yard will be flooded. Like a sauna. Like a sauna.
We had a couple possible tornadoes up here.
I'm sure it's just the chat. Curtis is laughing. Let's see.
Yeah, I saw you put on there, Doug.
What's that?
I said I saw you put on there about tornadoes.
Yep.
Yeah, the humidity got so bad this week. See, about 5 years ago, I got pneumonia, and it messed my right lung up pretty bad. So it got real bad humidity this past week, and I couldn't breathe. I had to get in the truck and turn the air conditioner on just to have a little bit, be able to breathe. It was bad.
Holy cow! NorCal says it's 57 right there.
At his house, or humidity?
Yeah. 57 degrees is what he says.
What?
He's up in Northern California with all that nice, cold, whatever the current is that brings in water from the north up or on that side of the nation anyway.
Oh, he's from Northern California. Okay.
I don't know exactly what town he's in, but
wow, that's nice. 57 degrees here right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez, man.
Right here, it's 76. Yeah, 57 with fog in NorCal, and 76 here in North Carolina with 76% humidity. Oh, Justin said it's 80 degrees in Florida with 87 heat index.
Wow.
What was that percentage? Yeah. Here it is, 12.26. He's in Santa Cruz, NorCal. I don't exactly know where Santa Cruz is at, but I have Google Maps. What happens if I want to drive to Santa Cruz? How long will I be on the road?
32 hours.
Ralph says 32 hours.
See if I'm right. See how close I
Google
am.
Maps. Oh, I can choose my starting point. I'll choose my location. Let's see here. I will be on for 1 day, 17 hours, which is 41 hours.
I was close.
Hey, it's probably 32 from your house, Ralph.
Eh.
Let's try that. Canton. There's a lot of Cantons out there.
30114.
Let's see. Santa Cruz to Canton. 1 day, 12 hours. That's 36 hours. You better get going.
Hey. Hey, I was just guessing.
That was pretty good, Ralph. Take I-40. You'll get there tomorrow. Like that.
Monday.
You can stop at Oklahoma City and eat. They got a Waffle House.
Got a Waffle House.
They have Waffle House and Dr. Pepper.
Oh, I hadn't drank a Dr. Pepper in over a week.
That's right. Sorry.
Water and lemonade.
I'm so afraid now that I'm going to get a kidney stone. They got the Hearthman says it's 64 in Philadelphia. Yeah, that's a lot. Hey, NorCal says the high tomorrow is 68.
Jesus. That is crazy.
Man. I might even pay the taxes to go live there. Man, that was pretty cool.
What's the weather like there in the wintertime?
And where I'm at?
No, where NorCal is.
That's a good question. Probably the exact same temperature.
If that's the case, that's the perfect place to be.
I know. Unless you want to service air conditioners. No one ever needs you.
I mean, I'll move there and I'll flip burgers. I don't care.
Do refrigeration work?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's what he does. He fixes everything under the sun. I like watching his videos. You never know what the hell he's going to work on. He says it's in the 50s. And Justin Hernandez says, what's winter? That's classic Justin Hernandez. What's a furnace?
What's heat strips?
We don't need no damn heat strips.
What's winter? 50s in the winter. Can you believe that? That's crazy. Oh my God.
50s, man. Open up a window. You don't have to ever call any of us.
Man.
Well. All right, chat guys. I'm about to shut you down, so don't be mad.
Word.
I expect a couple of fuck yous or something like that.
How many people you got watching right now?
There's still 28 people watching.
Man.
That's wild. But I guess some West Coast people might be like, oh, something's on. Just now found us. They need strips for their inspection. I didn't know that.
Me
You
neither.
have to have strips for inspection? I've never heard of that. You get that, Ralph?
Yeah. Do they hook them up?
Yeah, I don't know. They just put them in there and just leave them unplugged. It's like, we don't ever use them.
Yo, Shaq, where you
Yo, I'm over here.
Yo, Shaq,
I'm over here.
Shaq, where you
Hey, Ralph, did you invite somebody?
What in the freak
was that?
Exactly.
It doesn't even matter because that's nothing like Two Girls in One Cup. I could watch that. You know, Two Girls in One Cup is 20 times worse than that.
More than that, Zach.
Maybe so. Maybe so. And I think that's the perfect spot to end tonight's broadcast. If you see a traffic cone in somebody's ass, you know the night is over. I'm gonna turn it off, guys. Thanks for watching. Those of you who are watching,
Yep.
I'm sure you can come back next week, Friday and Saturday night. It won't be me though, because I'll be out of town. It'll be Greg.
I might do it. I don't know.
Yo, I'm over here. Mike, I'm over here. Mike, I'm
There you go.
I know that's so wrong, but that's like the funniest way to end this broadcast. Okay.
There you go. Later, y'all.
Take it easy, guys.